Well, hello, everybody. It's been a while since we've had a chat with Al. Hopefully, the mic is working. Got another Windows update. Have to get ready to update for Windows 11. That's going to be fun. Not really. It's going to suck. So, usually when you have those updates, not good. My glasses are a tad crooked. There we go. How's everyone doing on this Saturday evening? Jim Al, hope all is well. First to the chat. Everyone wanted to chat with Al. Let's see who shows up. Ba-bum bum. How are you, Jim Al? What's going on? What are you playing? Happy Saturday to one and all. We're down in the bunker. If I can steal that from our good friend King Ikibu, who just recently put up 2 videos in the last week. PC Replay Baseball. He's doing Montreal Expos, Washington Nationals, like all the teams. It's pretty fun. Always enjoyed King Ikibu. Great channel. Highly recommend it. Subscribe to King Ikibu. And it's a treat when he does put a video up. Cleve Baseball Fan 879, how are you doing? As he says, hello, Al. Filmed Game 2 of the 1976 Reds versus the 99 Yankees. We'll upload them soon. Awesome sauce. I got to catch Game 1. I saw that you were doing that. That's so cool. You're taking the 99 Yankees against the 76 Reds. Most people feel the 76 Reds are a better team. I like the 75 Reds. And then the 70 Reds, if you want offense, Johnny Bench had a monster year in 70. We just finished up our 1970 project using Action PC Baseball. The Mets fell short. What a collapse. Unbelievable. I think we were 13 games better in reality, but we lost out one game to the Pirates. I'm still in my head, might do an expanded playoffs. If I do that, the Red Sox and Mets make the playoffs, but I don't know. But it was a fun series. I think the next one I'm going to do, and some of those games go on the channel, some of them don't. I play the majority, obviously, off the channel. I want to do 74, or back to 72. Red Sox and Mets. I like to do National League and American League team. Let's get to the chat. Again, we're just using the YouTube chat, so I don't pay for StreamYard. They went way up in price, and I don't make any money on this stuff, nor do I care about making money. They just went way up on their price. All right, so Cleve Baseball Fan says games 1 and 3 already on the channel. Awesome sauce. Again, that's the 76 Reds taking on the 1999 Yankees. Frank Wainscott, how you doing? He says, hello, Al. I'm having a blast with my Filsinger Legends. Bruno retained his world title in a Russian chain match against his arch nemesis, Ivan Koloff. Jim L says, I'm enjoying Above the Rim computer basketball. Thanks to you, Al. Wonderful college. It was amazing that there was no college dice game, to my knowledge, prior to this out there. Above the Rim's fun. Have a lot of teams I like. I'm currently playing offline the 1995 tournament because UMass had a good team. It's a good game. I like Above the Rim. Very similar to PC Replay Basketball. And it's Richard Hanna, so it's always good. Cleve Baseball Fan says matchup football seems fun. I picked up some APA. It's only some of my crap behind me. I got more crap in front. I picked up some new APA seasons. 1958 off of eBay. 1999 is special set. Interesting that they don't card the linemen. There's a sheet for the linemen, but the field's gorgeous. I think I bought it for the field. Plus, Doug Flutie had a good year with the Bills, and great Super Bowl that year when the Titans fell literally this far from a Super Bowl championship. Guy got tackled right at the end. Rams beat them. I picked up. I haven't even taken it out of the plastic. Well, I took it out of the initial plastic. I picked up the Stratomatic 1939-1999 All-Star set. It's beautiful. It is really beautiful. Picked it up a while ago. It's still in the plastic. I love it. The cards are much more sturdy. So this is the National League. I have to take them out of the plastic. Plus, you get like a bunch of Hall of Famers, the white cards, but it's really well done. I like the way they did it. Strat did it very well. I like that it's in its own little case. Excellent job by Strat and reasonably priced. And I was 710 out of 750, if that means anything. Haven't taken out of plastic. I will. Look forward to playing that. Like I said, picked up a bunch of APA football seasons. Now I just have to find time to play them. Get home from work, get done with the family. Sometimes it's easier to play a PC game than have your card and dice set up, you know? I have played the 1976 Bicentennial Tournament offline. I finished up the Cubs and Cardinals. Cardinals beat them 2-1, so they advance. So now the Mets take on the Pirates. The Cardinals will take on the Phillies. I don't know if that's going to be on the channel. I like playing it offline. Maybe when we get down to, the final. We know Cleveland won the East. And we know, shockingly, the White Sox won the West. So maybe when I get down to the East in the National League and the West in the National League, we'll show those. Lots of people are streaming card and dice, so you got a plethora to pick from. We've been playing some Glory Days boxing. The new card creator came out. That's a lot of fun. If you're a Glory Days boxing fan, you can create. I created What If Marvin Hagler at light heavyweight. We've had a couple of really phenomenal fights on the channel. Kind of disappointed with the views with the last fight because it was phenomenal. But that's how our community is kind of fickle. Never know what the hell they want. Nor do I care. But I just thought it was really fun. The people who showed up had a good time. That's all that matters. So we did a What If Marvin Hagler went to light heavyweight. We did Bobby Ches at middleweight. Just his middleweight card. Which he only lost one fight at middleweight. The best fighter he faced was Mustafa Hancho, and he lost a 10-round unanimous decision. And we did the German heavyweight. Oh, God, I can never. Abhijit. I can't pronounce his name, but he's one of my favorite heavyweights. You think I could pronounce his name. So we made 3 cards. We're going to make a few more. Let's go to the chat and see who else is showing. Arnold Hunter, how you doing? He says, hi, Al. Happy to see you again. Good to see you. Frank Wayne Scott says, I have my Whoa Nelly college football 32-team tournament double elimination starting first Saturday in September. First game, 1988 Notre Dame, 1997 Michigan. Alternate history 100. In title bout today, Tommy Gibbons survived a horrible eye gash to outpoint Tony Zale in 10. Tommy Gibbons, didn't he fight? Didn't Tommy Gibbons, there was a Gibbons who fought Jack Dempsey. Am I wrong there? Like they fought out in the Midwest, bankrupt the whole town because they didn't draw the money they thought they're going to draw. Hfield 07, your boxing stuff is among my favorite YouTube content. I rarely catch it live, unfortunately. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's my favorite thing to do, and the fights have been really, really good. Alternate history 100 says Tommy was a middleweight who might have moved up to heavyweight. He didn't fight in the same time period as Tony Zale, correct? He fought in the 20s. I think it's the same guy. I think. I'm not sure. But I know there was a Gibbons who fought Jack Dempsey. Montana sticks in my head. Somewhere in Montana. But it was in the Midwest. Glasses are little. There we go. And they basically bankrupt the town because the town put up a lot of money to get the fight, but they didn't draw enough money. Alternate history 100. Yes, Tommy is in the 20s. He fought Dempsey. Okay. He went the distance, too. So I would assume he was a smallish heavyweight, probably weighed as a light heavy. But that back in the day, again, you didn't have cruiserweights. The heavyweights weren't as big. Guys, your middleweight, well, where are you going to make the money? You're going to make the money at heavyweight. Drinking my orange Gatorade without that red stuff in it. And no sugar. It's very tasty. I've gotten used to them. Very good. Red Sox won today. Their bullpen nearly blew it. They had to bring in Chapman to get the last out. But Toronto kicked the snot out of the Rangers, so the Red Sox still 5 back. Red Sox could sure use Pivetta. They should have signed him in the offseason. He's pitched quite well. And they had a guy they had for a cup of coffee. Again, I'm horrible with names. Name escapes me, but he went somewhere else. He's got like 11 wins and only 2 losses. And, of course, Nathan Eovaldi a few years back. They should have kept good old Nathan. What a nice pitching staff we could have had. Crochet's pitched well for Boston, as I'm shaking my legs, so the camera's shaking. Back to the chat. Frank Wainscott. I was able to expand my original title bout game. I found the 80-81 cards and the 86-87 cards to go with the 79-80 I had. Excellent. Excellent. You can see, I think, back here. Yes, title bout right back there, my original game. So I just picked up 2015 Apple Football. It's 2015 or 2014, I'm sorry. The Super Bowl teams, Patriots and Seahawks. Then I picked up the Garoppolo. It came as a package deal on eBay. Garoppolo versus Mahomes, that Super Bowl. And I got the also was able to pick up in that. It was a nice package, negotiated a good price. The 4 NCAA teams that challenged for the championships in those 2 years. So I'm happy about that. Michael Conastari, how you doing? Red Sox have surprised me, he says, this year. Love the fact the evil empire continues to stink under Boone. I was watching some of that game. It's a slow pitch softball game in St. Louis. The Yankee. Oh, shoot. What was his name? But one of the Yankee players knocked in 7 runs. I don't understand why pitchers, they don't get the concept of a breaking pitch. If you're throwing a breaking pitch, and it's anything that's not a fastball, right? Anything that's not your fastball is a breaking pitch. You can call it whatever you want. It's a breaking pitch. So if you have a pitch that sort of looks like a slider, they don't call them slider anymore. But I mean, if the pitch goes from, here and comes this way, it's a fucking slider, people. You can call it what the fuck you want. It's a slider. And if it drops, it's a sinker or a cutter. They come up with all these, whatever. So I just say breaking pitch. Yeah, I swear. So you guys are used to it. It's different than other channels. I don't understand how these guys throw these breaking pitch. Don't start it. See, if you're going to throw a breaking pitch to a good lefty batter, you don't want to start it off inside. If it goes, if it breaks this way, you want to start it middle of the plate so it breaks out and they swing. It's a concept that I don't think the St. Louis pitchers understand because they've given up a shitload of homers in that game, and they have finally shut it off. It was a fun game to watch. It's still going. It was the Yankees were up, I want to say 11-7. So the Yankees are struggling. Huge payroll there. Dodgers, another huge payroll. I think it's more than some third world nations. Dodgers, again, they're in first place. They had some injuries. They're struggling. It would be nice to see the Dodgers. Odds are they're making the playoffs. It would be really nice to see them get bumped off in the first round that they play in. We're assuming they're going to win that division. Probably going to get a bye. Milwaukee's been playing insanely well. I believe they're the best team in baseball. So the baseball season has been kind of fun. Back to the chat. Alternate History 100. Hey, Frank. Somewhere in the 80s, title bout changed the chin and endurance ratings. Frank Wainscott. Can the Reds get the Brewers off the schedule, trying to get that last wild card spot? Can't beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee's been outstanding. Unbelievable how well they've played. And that's got to bring joy to Kurt Berglund, who's a big Brewers fan. But baseball season's been pretty fun. I don't watch as many baseball games as I used to, but I do watch the Red Sox usually on a Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy that. Did a few things around the house. As Cleve Baseball Fan 879, remember to check out and subscribe to his wonderful channel. It says Yankees won 12-8. It was a slow pitch softball game. I don't understand pitchers, and same thing with the Red Sox. Don't throw an effing breaking pitch to a lefty, okay, that's going to break this way, like over the plate. You have to start it middle so it goes out. And why are you pitching a lefty on the inside anyway? Most lefty batters, not all, most, like it middle in. So you should be going high and away, down and away. Very impressed with Roman Anthony. He's come along very well because he's taken what I like about Roman Anthony. He's starting to, obviously, he's got his average up to 280 something now, and he's taking that outside pitch. Take it to right field. Don't pull it. Take it to right field. One of the few lefties you actually see do that. So I was a little worried when he first came up when he was batting .086. I'm sitting there going, oh, God. Roman, you are not looking good. But Roman has figured it out. Very happy about that. He signed a long-term contract. I think it's 8 years with the Red Sox, $130 million. I think that's what it was. Joining us, Ken Castro. How you doing? He says, hello, Al, in the chat. Ken says, howdy to Tim. Cleve Baseball Fan 879 says, the English Premier Soccer League football has started today. I have to get back into that. I always did enjoy the English Premier League. Need to get back into that, but so many things, so little time. Frank Wainscott. Al's. Is Uncle Ron doing okay? I have not seen him with Dave lately. Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't do digital dice anymore. He has stepped back from that. He did a video. Just go to his channel. He's fine. He put up a Stratomatic football video today. I guess the new game came out for Stratomatic football PC. He put up a wonderful video. I just watched a little bit of the beginning. We'll check that out later. Ron always does a great job with what we'll call like unboxing of PC games. Very thorough, Uncle Ron Juckett. But he's doing fine. He's just not doing digital dice anymore. Right now. I'm not saying that's, he might go back. Dave has been doing it with, what's it, Vinny, I think. So, but yeah, Ron just stepped back a little bit. And he did a video. I'm not speaking out of turn or whatever you call that. He did a video talking about that, how him and Dave are still cool, which they are. He just stepped away from it. It's a lot of time to do that stuff. More Gatorade. So, Ken Castro comes here to talk about movies, don't you, Ken? Ken is not a movie buff. I think next week or the week after, we're going to see the new Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson. That should be a good laugh. I watched Happy Gilmore on Netflix, Happy Gilmore 2. I don't know what the hell people are complaining about. It is a funny movie. If you liked Happy Gilmore, the first one, it's just as funny. So that's on Netflix. Very interesting stuff I'm going to talk about here. Very interesting. Let's get to the chat again. Again, we're using the YouTube live stream. I'm not paying StreamYard a gazillion dollars for just to have that. I don't even do a lot of chats. So, but let's get back to the chat here. Ken Castro says, I admit it. I am not. Ha, ha, ha. That's fine. I just like saying that. Cleve Baseball Fan 879 saw a Superman movie partly due to being filmed in Cleveland. How was that? They go all PC on Superman. They make him a sissy. Hollywood can ruin characters, that's for sure. The sissifying of America. Yes. I'm glad that crap's over with, hopefully. Enjoy what you like. People have their opinions. That's cool. Respect their opinions. But when someone wants you to, you're bad if you don't, respect you got to respect people. But when people sit there and go, well, I'm a frog. You're not a fucking frog, dude. You're not a frog. You want to act like a frog? That's fine. But you're not a frog. I'm not going to call you a frog. So that's lots of stupid people in the world. Lots of stupid people. Look who's going to become mayor in New York. Don't even come with arguments with that stuff. You will lose. That shit don't work. It hasn't worked around the world. Won't work in New York. But you got enough stupid people in New York who's probably going to vote for that guy. Good for them. Enjoy your fuck up. Anyway. Alternate History 100. I saw Naked Gun. I loved it. Awesome. I think it's going to be funny. I don't know. I just want to see it. I think Liam Neeson's a good actor. It's gonna be a nice. I don't think I've ever seen him do a comedy. The closest thing I've seen Liam Neeson to a comedy was Love Actually, because it was like a romantic comedy. It's a Christmas movie. Love Actually, highly recommend it. Bunch of stories that kind of combine at the end. Lots of good English actors in it. Back to the chat. Oh, good. They didn't make Superman a sissy. Thank God. Thank God. I really don't understand. A superhero is a superhero, right? I don't know. Jamel, I am playing Action PC Baseball 1971. Awesome. Superman was beat up. Jamel says Superman was beat up the whole movie. LOL, insane. But he won in the end, though, right? He's supposed to win in the end. Uncle Dave Little, how you doing? The good Dr. Dave Little. Check out his wonderful channel and subscribe. Always wonderful Phil Singer Wrestling and Journey with Jesus, because we say Jesus on my channel. We do. Yeah. Can you tell I just don't go for the PC crap anymore. I can't take it. And I'm glad it's going away. Regardless of what you think about whoever's in office now, I'm glad that shit's going away. Because they can still believe what they want. That's cool. They just don't impose that shit on me, Like people got bent out of shape. Oh my God, they federalized the Washington, D.C. police. Look at the fucking Constitution, people, and see who actually runs Washington, D.C. It's a district, not a state. Anyway, that's all. I can't stand these people anymore. I can't take them anymore. I can't. They are the stupidest fucking people. They're amazingly stupid. It's incredible. Anyhow, back to the chat. Plus Naked Gun. Oh, this is Cleve Baseball Fan 879. Plus Naked Gun movie is less than 90 minutes. Yeah, I mean that's a good time for a comedy, because it's a fun, goofy comedy. I'm looking forward to it. Nurse Teresa and I we're going to the Woo Sox game next Saturday, so we're going to go the Saturday after, I think. Cutter Historical, how you doing? He did a wonderful, check out and subscribe to that channel, Cutter Historical. He did a wonderful top 10 hockey teams, in his opinion, and that was a lot of fun to listen to. By the way, Cutter Historical, Billy Smith played for the Springfield Kings in the early 70s before they switched back to the Springfield Indians name, and then they went to the Falcons and the Thunderbirds. They should be called the fucking Indians, but can't call them the Springfield Indians anymore, because we live in Massachusetts, and we can't call them the Indians. I don't know. But anyway, I still root for them. But yeah, he played for the Springfield Kings, and they actually had the yellow uniforms. I think it was 70 to 72 they were the Kings, and he won a Calder Cup. So he won a Calder Cup in the AHL and, of course, Stanley Cups in the NHL. Back to the chat. Ken Castro just completed 2023 Phillies card and dice replay with Fall Classic. Cool. How did that go, Ken? Again, I'm just going to say things I believe. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not here to offend anyone. You can vote the way you want. You can believe the way you want, regardless if I think it's stupid, because it's America, right? But when New York, and if I have to hear one more fucking time, socialist, the dude is a communist. A socialist is a fucking communist, friends. Very simple, especially in the United States of America. That shit don't work. Doesn't work. People don't rush to socialist countries. They don't. Why do people come here and want to change the way we live to the way they lived in some shithole? Go back to the country you came from and you can live exactly the way you want, right? His parents are communists. Look it up, folks. Look what they read. Look what they say. We have a governor in Massachusetts that spends almost, if not $1 billion, on illegal people, not immigrants, illegals. $1 billion. Think about that. $1 billion fucking dollars. But yet parents have to buy their school supplies for their kids in Massachusetts, right? Our health care still sucks. No one wants to fix that. But we can spend billions of dollars, just in Massachusetts, I'm saying, on people who don't belong here. Newsflash, when you come into the country illegally, you have broken the fucking law. And for everyone who lives in a different country, go, oh, blah, blah, blah. What happens when people, unless you're a Western Europe country or Canada or us, try to go to Mexico illegally and see what happens when you get caught. Try to go to an Asian country illegally and see what happens when you get caught. Yeah, this isn't a normal chat with Al. I'm going to just talking. Feel free to fucking leave. Don't give a shit. You want to stay and have fun? Cool. There's so many chats out there that are bullshit. That's all I can say. I'm not talking about the community. I'm not talking about other stuff. It's, unbelievable. Anyhow, and there's no alcohol in this. Gatorade Zero. Love it. Stopping crime is a bad thing now. Can't stop crime. Shit. I work for a hardware chain in their headquarters. We have fuckers coming in stealing. You just let them go. Let them walk right out with that shit. Why? Why? Why is that okay? You stop them, we get sued. What the fuck is up with that? It's been like that forever. People wake the fuck up. Stealing shit is bad. Not good. Okay? Mugging people in the fucking street where other assholes are filming it, and then it's somehow okay because they're fucking white to kick the shit out of them. You guys got to start waking up, regardless of skin color, race, color, creed, sexual orientation. Bad people are bad fucking people. Okay? It's disgusting. I'm sick of it. Think about your kids, your grandkids. You don't want them to grow up in that shit. Come on. Everyone pussyfoots around the subject. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm just pissed. I'm so sick of listening to news networks. They don't even fucking know the law. I'm not an expert either. But I'm saying they don't. How do you side with fucking criminals? If you're a certain party, it seems that's all you do. And before anyone says anything, I'm a registered fucking Democrat. Okay? I'm a registered Democrat. I don't get it. People can't be this fucking stupid, but I guess it is. Western culture is the best fucking culture in the world. You can have your own religion. You can do what you want within the law. You can actually elevate yourself. But yet we have stupid fucking people in this fucking country. You don't like it? Get the fuck out. See what happens if you go protest in some of these countries. See what happens. Protests are fine. Violence is not. Okay? Just it's annoying. It's annoying. You got Jimmy Kimmel. I'm going to go live in Italy. Good. Go live in fucking Italy. Do you understand their government? It's a conservative government, you moron, that they have the same issues that the United States has, and they're trying to clean it up. You're so fucking stupid, Jimmy Kimmel. You don't realize that. And there's nothing wrong with the government they have under Maloney. She's doing a good job. It's amazing. If you run a country, or you run your family, you take care of your family first, right? So if you're running a country, you take care of the country first. And that goes with any country. Canada should take care of Canada. Mexico, so on and so forth. I have no qualms about them arguing with us about trade deals. That's what they're supposed to do. They want the best deal for them, and we want the best deal for us. If anyone thinks that other countries weren't robbing us blind, come on, wake up. And everyone's like, oh my God, tariff war with China. They don't buy our shit anyway. Who gives a crap? They don't buy our stuff. Stock market way up. You guys are, the people who say this, they don't get it. Oh my God, alligator Alcatraz. Do you understand that's a ploy? Yes, it really, and they put people there. But do you understand that when they get there, they give them the option, here's $1,000. We will give you a ticket and fly your ass out to wherever the fuck you want to go, just out of our fucking country. And it's a great PR thing because no one wants to go there. You guys, no one gets that. He's bad. The president's bad. Shut the fuck up. I know this is gonna piss off people. I don't care. You can have your opinions. Go ahead. I have my opinion. It's America. You guys wake the fuck up. When the Democrats come out, and again, I'm a registered Democrat, and lie to you about the crime rate in Washington, D.C., and these fuckers take it hook, line, and sinker. Well, the crime went down. No, you're out of your fucking minds. What world do you fucking live in? It's amazing. I'm giving midlife crisis something. I can't pronounce that word. Angina. Well, anyone can leave. It's a free country. You can leave the chat. You can stay. You can leave. You can express your opinion. Be careful. I'll express mine. Frank Wayne Scott. I had John Tate fight Leroy Jones today. Tate won. North American Heavyweight Championship. I miss the old North American Heavyweight Championships. They have it, but it's 10. They're 10 rounders, and the governing bodies. It's like WBC, North American Championship, WBA. I just watched. There's a YouTube channel that shows live boxing. It's pretty good. I just watched the USBA junior lightweight title. Fight was, I had it a draw. I can't even tell you the two fighters where they were ranked, but it was entertaining. It was a tactical fight. One guy was from New Haven, Connecticut, so that had my interest there. Bro. Let's see. Back to the chat. Cleve Baseball Fan 879. Al, that was as good as an IDJ rant against Stratomatic. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Our good friend IDJ, love him. He might have rants. He's most of the time he's right. We're never right 100% of the time, but I'd say he's mostly right. Our good friend IDJ, ID Gesture. All I'm saying is I can't take it anymore. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to give a shit. That's fine. I don't care. People have to wake up to stupidity. Okay, here's one. I love this one because no one has the answer. I have the answer. Martha Stewart went to jail for inside trading, which was bullshit. Her business manager found out something, and as a business manager, right, he said, hey, you better sell that stock. And she went to jail for that. There's people in politics on both sides of the aisle who have somehow become multimillionaires. Well, shit, they don't get paid multimillionaire money. How did they make that money? Through stocks. So how come it's okay for them to have insider trading? Because they know laws are going to change. They know what's going on. And they just, shit. Nancy Pelosi's husband must be a fucking genius. Must be a genius. As well as some other people on both sides of the aisle. Can't fix healthcare, though. We don't take care of little kids, and we don't take care of the elderly. Anyhow. Chat, not for the faint of heart tonight. David Zelinsky, hello, chat. And Al, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everyone. David Zelinsky, does anyone want to buy my Bitcoin, sorry. That's really weird. Bitcoin, that whole thing, right? No one even knows no one even knows who started that shit. And if you go back, the billionaire people, the real rich people who like to manipulate the economy, yes, because usually when the economy messes up, it's not because of poor people. Yeah. Now, Al's like, oh my God, Al said it's not. No, it's not because of middle class or poor people. It's because people get too greedy and screw around with things. But if you go back, the same people who buy it now were people who were preaching against it before. It's very interesting. Very interesting. You're right. Mark Jones says the poor and the middle class that suffer. You're right. It's not, the housing crisis. Bush and Obama bailed out people they shouldn't bail out. You should let them go under. They didn't. Taxpayers' money to prop up bullshit companies. Can't lie about that. It's the truth. Dave Little, shootout hockey. Yes, you've been doing a lot of shootout hockey. I've always wanted to get that game, shootout hockey. Never did. It looks fun. I've seen Dave Gardner play it a lot. I've seen lots of people play it a lot. We just lost a lot of people in the chat. Good. Bye. That's awesome. Truth hurts, I guess. Alternate History 100. Let me ask again. Are all of us boxing fans going to see Christy Martin movie with Sydney Sweeney? I didn't know they were doing a movie. The Coal Miner's Daughter. She really popularized women's boxing. And I mean, when she fought Layla Ali, she gave away a ton of weight. It was good for women's boxing. It's tough to watch women's boxing for me. I do watch it on occasion. I know what I wanted to talk about. The very interesting And again, I just chat what I want. People can leave, don't care. I just find it amusing. So jump in the chat, say something, but it's fine. So I don't open these chats up to people who aren't members of the channel. If you're a member of the channel, obviously anyone can watch, but if you're a member of the channel, you can go in the chat. I'm not trying to grow my channel anymore. YouTube makes money off me. YouTube makes money off Dave Gardner. YouTube makes money off a lot of small streamers. A lot of money they make off of us. And they're constantly sending me, oh, charge your people this, charge it. No, I don't want to do that. Other channels do that. That's fine. I don't do that. Nope. So, Jack Brooks. I've never seen Jack Brooks before. Before I read this out loud, let me read it to myself. Oh, Jack Brooks says he likes Stratomatic. He likes my style. Not many people like my style when it comes to Stratomatic, because when I do a game, I don't know. I just like to say funny stuff sometimes. Not all the time. And I don't play it exactly. I always say that. I don't play Stratomatic exactly the way you're supposed to play it. Pretty much the same. I play advanced, kind of tweak the rules a little bit. Alternate History 100 says the Christy Martin movie is coming in the fall. Mark Jones says, yes, Sweeney and Martin were at the International Boxing Hall of Fame in June. Ken Castro says he's sticking around. Well, good for you, Kenny. Good for you. I appreciate that. Mark Jones says, I got to get new computer glasses. He didn't say that. I said that. Mark Jones says the movie, the Christy Martin movie's coming out first of the year. Frank Wainscott asking Uncle Dave Little, are you doing wrestling tomorrow? Jack Brooks, have you ever thought about being able to bring the outfield in during the bottom of the ninth inning when a fly ball would win the game? Can you do that in Super Advanced? That's a good question. Can you do that in Super Advanced for Stratomatic? I mean, you could have a homebrew rule, Jack. Like if you bring them in for the arms, like the arms would become better. So just say, to make it easy, you bring your outfield in. So if someone had a neutral arm of a 0, you could make it a -1. But then you'd have to get any deep fly ball as a hit. And it wouldn't matter, because if you're bringing, the game would be over anyway, right? That's a good question. Does anyone know in Stratomatic, Super Advanced, can you bring the outfield in? You know, I play that on the PC. I don't think I've ever done that because Stratomatic on the PC, I have it set up for like Super Advanced rules, I think. But some of the rules don't make sense with Stratomatic. Like you can't rob a homer to left in Fenway, but yet it lets you rob a homer to left in Fenway. It's an impossible. Yeah, you can't. I was trying to think if that, because that's foul territory on the third base side. It's foul. If you're going in the stands, that's foul territory. So I think I tweaked my settings. Sports Time Machine. How you do it? Check out and subscribe to his channel. He is a Stratomatic guru. So the question is, Sports Time Machine, in Super Advanced, because I don't think it's in Advanced, can you bring your outfield in? Ken Castro says, hi, not hi, Al. You already said that. Al, I just got back from the APA regional tournament in South Carolina where my team crapped the bed. Who was it? Dice rolls? It always comes down to dice. APA is so much fun. APA is a fun game. I picked up 1977. Gonna play some of this. Can't wait. Ken Castro played the 1911 Philadelphia A's. 1977 Red Sox. Old. This is old APA, so it doesn't have the I like the new. I have some new cards too. I kind of like that it tells you the team and stuff, but it's fine. But the 1977 Red Sox, I think there's only 20 cards. This is like an original set. The 1977 Red Sox, really fun team to play if you're a Red Sox fan because they scored a lot of runs. Pitching, not so good, but they could hit. They could hit. You got Burleson, Lynn, Yastrzemski, Fisk, Carbo, Scott. I think that 77 team had X amount of I can't remember the exact amount. So many players hit 30 home runs. They're a phenomenal offensive team. Pitching just they needed a little more pitching. But I picked up the 77. Again, you can't tell from this, but 77. I do like APA. I like Strat too. Those are my two favorite baseball games. I mix in a little bit of History Maker Baseball when I can. History Maker Baseball is supposed to do a new a book. I'm interested. I probably will pick up the new, the book you flip through. They're supposed to do a new one. Frank Wayne Scott. I got 1984 replay baseball cards, card and dice. 83-84 hoops card and dice. Still, the shipping boxes, so many games, so little time. Still in the shipping. Yes. Yes. I picked up some baseball cards a while back. I actually opened one pack already. Nothing outstanding, but the cards are beautiful. I am going to pick up the whole set now that they put that on sale. We got Tyler Phillips of Philadelphia. Cards are beautiful. Estrada from the Giants. Again, these cards are absolutely beautiful. Topps got bought out by, I think it's FanDuel. I don't know if they're going to still be called Topps or FanDuel, but this year they're still Topps. Logan Gilbert, Seattle. Dylan Cruz, the Nationals, who I always want to call the Senators. Marco Luciano, San Francisco. Clay Holmes, the Yankees. Gavin Sheets, the White Sox. Boy, do the White Sox stink. Unfortunately for their fans. Otto Lopez. Otto? Tavares of the Rangers. Cards are really nice. Oh, fell. Oh, they're slippery. They're on the floor now. Oh. Then these are like specialty cards. Corbin Carroll. Very bright. Let's put that there. Another shiny card. I can't even read it. It's so shiny. Ryan Piat. I don't know. Piat. Another shiny card. Diamondbacks outfield. They're not doing well. This is a good card. Verlander is happy about this one. So I got one decent card that I know of. You got Dodger swag. So, but those are the cards. Let's open another pack, shall we? I'm going to put them back in the ripped pack. We'll open one more pack for ha-has. To the chat we go for a moment. Oh, Sports Time Machine. Yes. It's in the rule book. Not sure exactly. Is that super advanced, though? I got to look that up later. Thank you, Sports Time Machine. Remember, check out and subscribe to his channel, Ken Castro. On the plus side, I went to Joe Jackson Museum, watched a single A ball game. Cool. And had some barbecue. Nice. Mark Jones. 77 was a big offensive year in Major League Baseball. The Chicago White Sox, the Hitmen. I remember them. Chicago White Sox had a great hitting team. Carew 388 and Foster 52 home runs. 77 was a good year. Jack Brooks. How about all fly ball A's and B's become automatic singles, and any single to the outfield becomes a fly ball C? I wouldn't. It's not a bad thought, but I wouldn't take singles away. Oh, we're playing in. I got you. Sorry, Jack. I understand it. I see where you're going with that. Singles would be fly ball C's because they're playing in. They're cutting off. That's interesting. That's interesting. Mark Jones. Stratomatic is a better game than APA, but I enjoy APA. It's fun to play. Although defense and pitching is generalized by the teams performed to their record. But the teams performed to the record, yes. Finner 27, how you doing? He says, hello, Al. I'm okay. Ken Castro to Mark Jones. You're talking about the basic game. I think he is. Jack Brooks, yes, the basic game. But I think Ken's talking about APA and Mark Jones. Jack Brooks is talking about Strat. Finner 27. Al, have you played History Maker Baseball with the new Kurt Berglund set? No, I have not. I have similar sets, not the Kurt Berglund sets. Heard it's real fun. Kurt Berglund, very knowledgeable about baseball. Check out and subscribe to his channel. Frank Wayne Scott, have you? Yes, I have played. So Frank asks, have I played Squared Circle Wrestling? Yes, I have. Very good game. Very good game. Big footprint. But if you get the PDFs and you can use a snippet tool, I kind of put it on Excel so you can see everything. I have a few videos up. And you can, it's basically you get stamina points. And you wear down the other wrestler. And as you wear down the wrestler, it's really a well-done game. Squared Circle. And you don't have to use all the stamina points. I did a match with Dusty Rhodes and Kerry Von Erich. It went for hours, but it was fun. It's on the channel. And it's a good game. Very good game. Very logical. Plays with a lot of logic. Again, it's wrestling. I get it. Wrestling, choreographed. But it plays with logic. They have a big man chart. It's a very good game. You can get the PDFs. That's how I buy it. I get the PDFs. I haven't played in a while. It's a little bit to set up. Not a lot, to set up the way I do it. But I've played some. Oh, God. Wrestling's Finest on the PC. Played some of the other wrestling game on the PC. Pro Wrestling Superstar, I think it's called. Good game. They're all fun games. Play the games you like. I saw Tebow did a video because of his post, because he was tired of everyone saying, oh, these games are great. And he just pointed out games that he thought had some flaws. And people got bent out of shape. Tebow's like the nicest guy, but God forbid you express your opinion. And he did it very politely. Unlike my political thoughts that I did earlier on, and just said it the way I wanted to say it. That's all. Bam. And then he did a video today explaining some things. There are faults in all games, people. Just play the ones you like. And if someone expresses an opinion politely that you don't like, it's fine. People are like, oh my God, have you played that game? Have you played that game? No, he hasn't played the game because he doesn't like it. Why would you play it? And some of the games he does play. That's why I only play. People ask me my opinion on games. You should not care about my opinion on games. I'm going to play the games I like. You play the games you like. I've watched people play games I would never play. But if they're enjoying it and having fun streaming it, I'm enjoying their stream or their video. What do you care about my opinion? About anything. Whether it's politics, history, or whatever, gaming. I'm going to tell you my thoughts. You don't have to agree with them. It's America, free country. Some people don't think so. It's a free country. I can vote for who I want to vote for. You know? You can dress up like a horse and want to play horsey, but you're not a horse. So don't expect me to say you're a horse. And if you think I'm joking about this shit, just go look. Go look. I hate to tell you this. You're going to piss off a few more people probably. If you're a guy, okay, and you're playing in women's sports, you're not a woman just because you think you're a woman. You're not. You're not. And people get bent out of shape. Some people. Oh, but they think, no. If you can think you're a woman all you want and act like a woman, and that's cool. Do your thing. I'll respect you that way, but you're not. Go live your life. That's cool. I'm not going to bother you. But don't force what I feel are fucked up values upon me. Don't. Go live your life the way you want. I'm happy. You can dress up as a fucking crab. I don't give a shit. Keep that stuff, but I'm not going to call you a crab. I'm sick of it now. I'm just totally, and I'm glad things are turning. And people are like, oh, it's awful. No, it's good. No one's rights are being trampled on. You can still be whoever the hell you want to be. So, anyhow. Oh, look who has joined us. Lower, slower board gamer. Our good friend Chris from Delaware. How you doing? He has a beautiful voice, You have to go back a long time. When he did a song on our channel. When I used to have an ensemble cast. And we used to do voices and stuff like that. Alternate History 100. A wrestling match I went for hours. Did you hold it in 1889? No. Okay. So Squared Circle Wrestling, beautiful game. Again, the PDF. They come in these books. Very pricey, that part. But if you like that, they're beautiful books. And it's an odd way or different. I'm trying to look. It's one of my bins down here somewhere, so I'm not going to get it. But it basically comes. All right, I'll just use the Superstar Billy Graham book, I guess. Move this. It comes like hardcover. Again, this is not a hardcover, but just so, again, this is my Superstar Billy Graham book. Interesting read. So everything's in the book. Charts and everything. So your wrestlers are all in. I'm just using this as an example. I don't have the books. I have PDFs, and I don't really. Oh, I know what I can do because I did print some charts, but where do I have the files? No, that's Filsinger. Another fun wrestling game. Wrestling yearbooks. Is that it here? Well, anyway, it's a book format. So your wrestlers are in the book, your charts are in the book. You would then take and write down the ratings, right? The PDF, if you know how to use Snippet, it's just a tool, you do Snippet and do a copy paste and you can put it on an Excel sheet or whatever. and you can do it that way. So, but they're beautiful books. Pop's Reviews bought the books because he likes them and he collects them. And if you want to see what the game is like, check out Pop's review for the Squared Circle. He does a couple of beautiful tutorials, a couple of homebrew rules. It's a very good game if you enjoy wrestling. And wrestling's fun because it's storytelling. I mean, if you're streaming anything, it's storytelling. If you're streaming a card and dice baseball game or a PC baseball game, it's storytelling. You're telling a story. And the dice, this is the story, and now you're vocalizing it, verbalizing it. That's what makes it fun. So, again, before I get off the Squared Circle, you get like stamina points. And the stamina point, I played with the max stamina points, and that's why I took 2 good wrestlers. And it's actually a lot of fun. I remember looking at the clock going, holy crap, I got to go to work. Just like someone pinned somebody. It eventually happened, but it's a fun game. But what you can do is you don't have to take the points at the maximum level. Okay? You can take them at a lower level so your matches don't go as long. But it's up to you. I mean, Alternate History 100. On the first day of broadcasting school, they told us the fastest way to make the phones ring was say you don't like something. It's true. It's true. That is true. That is true. And again, all I'm saying, I might come off gruff. I'm not. All I'm saying is you believe in what you want to believe, and that's cool. I don't care. You don't have to agree with me. I can still be your friend. I have plenty of friends who don't agree with me. Doesn't mean I don't love them. I do love them. All I'm saying is when someone says, don't talk to that person because they voted a certain way. What? They're your friends. If you fall for that stuff, don't be that person. If your family member voted differently or thinks a little differently, you're not going to, if they're nice to you. I know people who, it's amazing to me, they don't talk to their family members who had always been nice to them, but because they believe something different. And maybe I'm in agreement with them. How do you not talk to your family member? I get it if you don't like each other, but that breaks you guys up, friends or family? Because you listen to some jackass on MSNBC going, don't talk to your family members. And it goes the other way. I haven't seen people on the other side, and if they do, they shouldn't. It's okay to disagree. I'm just saying, this is what I believe. You're a man. You identify as a woman. Okay. Bit strange for me. That's fine. That's cool. Can't play in women's sports. There is a difference. That's all I'm saying. Agree, disagree, don't care. You have your opinions, cool. I don't force my stuff on anybody. And I wouldn't want people I vote for to force stuff on anybody. But when people, you have to follow the law. No one's perfect. But you have to kind of try to follow the law, right? And when facts are put out there and people still in denial, okay, that's fine. You can do that, but don't come with me, whatever. It's amazing to me. You got to get people. When people win the presidency that I didn't vote for, I'm going to tell you what I do. I wish they do the best. I wish they prove me wrong, because I want everyone to do well, right? I want everyone to do well. I don't go out and protest for stupid shit, but you have a right to go out and protest for stupid shit. I sit there my 4 years and I wait. I still go to work every day. I pay my bills every day. I pay my taxes every day. I take care of my family every day. Enjoy life every day the best I can. enjoy my friends and family. If your whole life revolves around, I got to go protest, I got to constantly go on social media and say horrible things about people who don't agree with me, there's a fucking problem with you. There's a fucking problem with you. Okay? Open borders, bad. It's bad. There's only X amount of dollars for any country. And again, I'll just go back if you just joined us. Go to any place in Asia, any place in Latin America, any place in Eastern Europe, Middle East, try to enter their country illegally and see what happens. You know, if you told me, right? If you told me, good night, thespian. This chat's not for you, probably. No dislike, but probably not for you. I don't know. Maybe it is for you. I don't know. If you told me that we can spend money on these people coming to our country and still take care of everybody here, I'd still say you're foolish, but okay. We don't even take care of people here. You get people screaming, oh, we don't have enough money for Social Security. You're spending our tax dollars. I'll just give you Massachusetts. I'm not lying. Look it up. $1 billion or just under. But yet, parents have to buy school supplies. Our healthcare system sucks. Don't want to fix that shit. No. Doesn't make sense. Anyhow, back to the chat. Brock Riblet. Oh, yeah, first round knockout. He knocked out Dillian White. I can never pronounce his name. Itamawa. I apologize. Really good heavyweight out of Britain. Knocked out in 119 seconds he stopped him. That's a good win. Dillian White's a good fighter. If I was his management team, you got to try to make a Usyk fight. Go for the most money. I mean, to fight Parker or to fight the German fighter of I think he's Muslim descent. Yeah, I can never pronounce his name. He's actually my favorite heavyweight now. I have to hold on. I got to find it because it's going to drive me nuts. Bear with me a moment. I have to find that German heavyweight's name. He knocked out the Chinese heavyweight, which was outstanding. Got sick of watching him. What a, they say Primo Carnera was made, we'll say, right? And yes, there are fights fixed for Primo. I'm not saying the Chinese heavyweight had fights fixed, but what management, right? But that's what you're supposed to do. But the guy can hit a little bit. That's about it. He has but I saw when that Chinese heavyweight had a draw, he actually lost to an American journeyman, and they screwed the guy out of the fight. Mark Jones says, Primo! Oh, my God. I have to find this heavyweight's name. Bear with me a moment. Box Rec. Let's go Box Rec. And let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. I just want to get to the main Box Rec main page. There we go. Okay. That's not working. Let's do it this way. Box Rec. It sucks because I just made a card of him too. Here we go, Box Rec. Let's go ratings. You can't see this. I'm doing it off the other side. Little boxing. Let's go ratings. And let's do heavyweights. Active. Ajit Kabiel. That's I think he has a good shot at beating. If he fights Usyk, I think he can beat him because he's a very good body puncher, and Usyk does not take it well to the body. No one likes to get hit in the body, by the way, but Usyk does not like to get hit in the body. So he's the number. Well, here he's number 2 behind Usyk. As Lower Slower Board Gamer says, smack that like button. Around 190 seconds, folks. Thank you. Yeah, they don't have to smack the like button. They want to, they want to. They don't, they don't. I'm sure I'll have some thumbs down. People don't like the truth or people's opinions, though everything I spoke was the truth. Yeah, so, I mean, where's Zhang is a Chinese heavyweight. That's who Kabiel knocked out. He got up off the ground. Here it is, Moses Ituama. Now, he just won. I think he's better than Fabio Wardley, another UK fighter. I think they're gonna. I think Joshua and Tyson Fury are gonna fight. I think they're gonna make that fight. Daniel Dubois. How they still have him at 3 after he got wrecked by Usyk, I don't know. Joseph Parker's a tough fight for anybody. Joseph Parker's a tough fight for anybody. They got some good heavyweight Oh, close the ad. I don't want the ad. So let me close that out. Anyway, but here's an interesting thing. The UFC, I don't watch a lot of UFC. I'm not a big mixed martial arts guy. We'll get to the chat in a moment. Brian Hoxie, how you doing? Hope all is well, Brian. The UFC's made a deal with the CBS networks. No more pay-per-views. No more pay-per-views. Dave Little says, my first hockey hat trick. Austin Matthews. Cool. People saying hello to Brian Hoxie. But the UFC, I don't know how many people are UFC fans. Lots, they do well, UFC. But it's interesting. They're getting away from the pay-per-view model. Because I think that hurts. The pay-per-view model hurts boxing. The pay-per-view model obviously hurt UFC and hurt WWE. Again, that's wrestling. But they're moving away from that. Boxing, I used to have the Zone, DAZN, paid a yearly subscription, but they kept increasing it. I kept it for a long time because I enjoy watching boxing, right? But every time there was a fight that was, say, a bigger fight, they throw it on their pay-per-view. I wasn't getting any benefit. Here I am paying you a yearly subscription. You don't have to. You got like a break if you paid for the whole year. And I watched a lot of the fights, and the fights I enjoyed were the ones from the UK, where Eddie Hearn promotes. And I'm like, I don't even get any benefit. I've been paying you for years since you came out, and you're still charging. You get like a slight benefit, but why? Those fights should not be on pay-per-view. But now, since the Saudi prince got involved, the guy who's in charge of sports in Saudi Arabia, he's a big boxing fan. I didn't realize they bought Ring Magazine. That's why it's on again. I mean, you can get like the Ring Magazine. You can get the computer. What am I looking for? The magazine, like on a download. But I think you can actually buy it still. But there's a Facebook group page, and that's them. So they bought that out. And with the one thing the Saudis do, the prince, I assume he's a prince, the head of sports, I don't know what his exact title is. They like to put on good fights, and they do put on good fight cards most of the time. But he's going to get away from the pay-per-view model because he realizes it hurts the sport of boxing. You have to have, even if it's the Zone, right? You still pay for the Zone, but you can't put every quote-unquote bigger fight on your pay-per-view. Like when pay-per-view first came out, people liked it because you're like, oh, I don't want to go. You might remember closed circuit. You'd go to like a movie theater to see Duran and Leonard. There was no pay-per-view. You had to go like to the Civic Center, or you went to a movie theater, and you watched the fight. Then pay-per-view came, and you're like, I can watch the fight in my own home. And then pirate boxes. Some people allegedly had them. But everything went to pay-per-view. Wrestling is the best example. Again, wrestling, athleticism's outstanding. Again, choreographed winner, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we all know that. And if you didn't, I'm sorry I spoiled it for you. But wrestling, they put everything, it was a pay-per-view. Too many events. Now if you subscribe to, it was Peacock, and now that's going to change. I think ESPN partnered with WWE. They have what they call, you get to see if you enjoy wrestling. You get to watch, quote unquote, the bigger matches. AEW has a huge problem with pay-per-views. I'm sure they still make money, but they have a pay-per-view every month. It's ridiculous. Boxing, same thing. Back to real sports, right? Boxing needs to get away from the pay-per-view model. They've already done it. No more pay-per-views, UFC. You buy whatever, CBS, is that Paramount? You like, say you subscribe to that, you get all the UFC matches, all the big matches, what used to be pay-per-view. You make your one monthly payment or your yearly subscription, you get it all, okay? The Zone for boxing's doing a similar thing starting in November. I might resubscribe for that because I do enjoy my boxing. Right now, I'm just going on YouTube after a fight, checking it out, reading about it, but I'm still watching it. All right, back to the chat. Brock Riblet, the Zone price hikes were outrageous. I was so excited for it when it first launched. Me too, Brock. The fights from England were outstanding. Outstanding, those fight cards. And they give you 6-7 fights if you want to sit and watch all the fights. And what I enjoy about the fights from Saudi, the main event's at 5 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. That's great. I'm not sitting up till freaking 1 a.m. Now, it's going to be interesting if you're a boxing fan. Can Netflix handle the stream for Canelo versus Crawford? And they're putting together a pretty good undercard from what I've seen. But I know the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing was a fiasco. But for me, I had to watch. I have Netflix subscription. Why wouldn't I watch? The Katie Taylor Serrano fight was awesome. Serrano got screwed again, definitely in that fight. It's too bad. I thought she won that fight. But the streaming quality was horrible. I end up finishing watching the fights on my phone. We went from the big TV in the living room to the one in the kitchen. It just kept buffering. So Netflix, you have to really, because that fight is in September. I think it's the second week of September. If you're a boxing fan, you have Netflix, you got to check that out. I hope Crawford beats Canelo. I think Canelo's going to be a little too big, a little too strong. I think Crawford has to box, and walk Canelo into a big punch. Again, easy strategy, hard to put it through against Canelo. I think Canelo, he'll make weight, and then somehow they balloon up. He's going to be much bigger than Crawford, but good for Crawford getting a huge payday. I'll be rooting for Crawford hard. Canelo's, he rubs me the wrong way for a long time. Again, you look at his body, and again, you train in Mexico where you can get steroids and this stuff. I mean, he has a bodybuilder's body. there's a lot of suspicion with him. A lot of suspicion with him. Back to the chat. Brock Riblet. I enjoyed when they aired the World Boxing Super Series when the Zone launched, where Usyk won the Cruiserweight tournament. And the great INU versus Donaire fight. Oh, the Zone was awesome because you get to see so many fighters. But then what they did was they branched out into soccer. They branched off into a lot of other things. And then here's the thing I didn't get. You have a Zone subscription. And they had the European basketball tournament. I said, oh, Italy's playing. If you haven't noticed, I'm of Italian descent over there. I was like, oh, I like to watch Italy play. They have some decent basketball players. Don't think they're going to beat. I think they're playing Spain. I go to click it on. This is when I had the subscription. Oh, you got to pay for that. Why would I pay for that? I'm not paying extra. Years ago, they tried to put a lot of the Olympics on pay-per-view. It got destroyed. No one bought it. Now, I don't like the trend with the major sports. I don't like the trend with baseball and football. 2 weeks ago, 2 Red Sox games were not on NESN. Saturday and Sunday, Friday and Saturday games were on streaming services, which is fine, but you should still give it to NESN for the people who want to watch in the local area. I don't like when they put games. You want to put it on a streaming service? Fine. But if I pay for NESN, which is part of my package, you're taking a game away from NESN. And I get it. The Red Sox ownership are into that. They're making money. So it's them. It's Major League Baseball. Same thing with the football games. They're taking football and they're putting it on a streaming service, and they want you to buy the streaming service for one fucking game a year. Don't do it, because then you know what it'll be? 2, 3, 4. And the reason why football's as popular as it is, and I enjoy football, though each year a little less with all sports, because it's no longer a sport. People gamble on football a lot, whether it's fantasy football or just outright gambling or specialty bets. People are like, oh, people gamble on it. That's why, they say, oh, baseball ratings are down. Yeah, nationally. And probably locally, too, because of the crap they pull. But these sports have to be careful. Eventually, the problem is people don't watch sports. If you have your fantasy football or fantasy baseball, you're using this, right? Your phone, your computer. The new generation of people. I'm not saying everybody, but, I like to watch sports at one time. But you soured it for me. Because when I turned on sports, it wasn't sports anymore. An agenda was being tried to shove down my throat, and I went like this with my remote control. Fuck you. Click. That's just me. So I follow sports differently now. Boxing was the one sport I continually watched because I enjoyed it so much and still do. That's why I bought The Zone. Sports, you should be able to go to a sports channel and enjoy sports. Enjoy sports. That's what you should be able to do. So when people say, oh, ESPN ratings were down for this or this is, you alienated the people who watched sports. You're trying to get the wrong demographic. You're trying to get this young demographic. They don't watch sports. I'm not saying they don't follow sports. They don't watch sports the way traditionally it was watched. They do it this way. That's fine. But you cut your head off ESPN. And I have relatives who work at ESPN. Radio. I've been listening to radio. Alternate History says radio, baseball on the radio works fine. I'll listen to it. The cool thing now, you couldn't do it before. But you can get the Red Sox radio station on here. Before it used to get blacked out. Again, why? What's the difference if I listen to the radio on this or on a radio? They finally smartened up. You can at least the Red Sox you can listen to on here. Baseball's good on the radio. Football I like to watch. I have the Red Zone. Love the Red Zone. Normally it's a Patriots game I'll watch all the way through, but they were so horrifically bad. I would watch some of it and then go to the Red Zone and they were never on the Red Zone because they weren't scoring. But I love the Red Zone. YouTube will have a free game, a regular season game. I think it's a Chargers and the Chiefs free on YouTube. So I don't mind that because it's free. It's YouTube. I think that's kind of neat. And if I could remember that boxing channel that puts on a lot of good free fights, again, it's fighters you might not know, but boxing to me is like hockey. I couldn't name you 3 Bruins anymore. I really couldn't. But I can watch playoff hockey because it's so good. I don't need to know the players. I just look at the uniforms and I just listen and enjoy the game for what it is. Boxing's the same way with me. 2 evenly matched fighters. I'm going to sit and watch. Now, the main event last night on, I want to say it's Pro Boxing Channel, something like that, was interesting. Again, I stuck with it. It wasn't a real action fight. It was a tall junior lightweight from New Haven, Connecticut. So that piqued my interest when I heard that. And then the other guy was like one of the former Soviet republics, who he lives in Florida now. And he was short. The discrepancy was incredible. You got this really tall guy and this really short guy. I had the fight a draw. It was you would think it was going to be a little more mauling, brawling, but they said the guy is a tactical fighter, the very short guy. And he boxed a very good match, and the other guy boxed. I think the guy from New Haven, Connecticut had to be more active. He didn't know how to fight tall. He let the other guy get, the shorter fighter was laying traps, and he'd hit him with a couple of punches, a little tie up. Then the taller guy would hit him with the jab, but he didn't fight tall. He needed to keep him on the outside, but it was an interesting fight. I had it a draw. It was a close decision for the guy from the former Soviet, those little countries near what used to be the Soviet Union. Can't remember. So, but it was, if you're a boxing fan, that channel's pretty cool. Let me see if I can find that probably, because that's in my history. We'll go to the chat in a moment. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's bring this back over here so I can actually see the chat. And let's not click on anything that's going to play an ad. So if I go to my history, hey, it says I'm live. Am I live? I am live. Let's go to the chat real quick. Frank Wainscott. Al, do you think our hobby will be in trouble since so many players are not fans of more current sports? Great question. We'll pose this to the chat, and I will try to answer. Great question. I'll think about it when I'm looking. I want to find this channel to see if anyone's a boxing fan. They put fight. I think it's every couple of weeks or every month. They have a nice fight card. Again, it's probably fighters you don't know, but they're competitive matches. I'll give you. I enjoy it. The last couple of ones I watched were more action-packed. And they had some good action-packed fights on the undercard, but the main event was more tactical. Frank Wainscott asked, Al, do you think our hobby will be in trouble since so many players are not fans of the more current sports? We can only play past earlier seasons we have been playing since we were kids. I like to play old seasons. Great question. I think with card and dice or PC, whatever version you like to play, it's nostalgic. So I think possibly when younger people get involved with card and dice, and it is fun to play. There's nothing wrong with playing Madden or those other games, but for me, that's past me. I still play some zombie games because I enjoy it. It's fun shooting zombies. It really is. But I don't play those types of sports games anymore. We'll say like a EA game type. I don't play that anymore. But I do. Like I just said, I bought 77. I bought the Stratomatic set All-Star 39 and 99. I got this because of Pedro. I'm going to be honest with you. Guns, Gore, and Cannoli was fun, Chris. Lower Board Gaming. That was fun. I finished the first one. I couldn't get past the boss in the second one. The next to last boss, I could not get past him. I should go back to that. But, it's fun. I enjoy that. I did pick up, for APA, I picked up the Red Sox from last year and the top playoff teams from APA themselves, the company. But that's a good question, yes, because I think a lot of it's nostalgia. You're going to play the teams that you like, the seasons you like. Lower Board Gamer person, he says, this is Chris in Delaware. Please check out and subscribe to his channel. How's your brother doing, Chris? I forgot to ask. He says, personally, I have the seasons I grew up enjoying in my sports game, and I am a little indifferent to current seasons. I'm with Chris with that. I do pick up current seasons if something special to me happened. I don't mean me personally, but like when the Rangers won, I liked Evaldi. So I bought that Strat season. I've played a little bit of it. I don't normally do season replays. Actually, I've never done a season replays card and dice. God bless people who do that. I think that's awesome. I can't. I'll do them on a PC. I do have an idea. I try to do these, you make smaller seasons, and I lose interest when I play because I don't want to play certain teams. They do nothing for me. Good night, Dave Little. Remember to check out and subscribe to Dave Little's channel. Lower Board Game says, Ron is here. He says he's doing fine. All right, Ron. That's awesome, man. I think what I'm going to do, again, hey, hello, D. Scott Howard. Hope all is well. The Goat Whisperer. I think what I want to do at 77, I started doing this with I bought a 1919 set for APA, and most of my APA purchases come on eBay because I don't want to pay full price, and I don't really care about the master game. And if I want to play the master game, I'll buy it, and I'll get the cards. But right now I'm enjoying with the 1919 Red Sox, which is the last year. Who's last year in 1919 for Boston? Who was his last year? Come on, chat. We'll throw it out there. Alternate History 100 says he's going. Take care, my friend. What I did with 1919, I started playing the Red Sox against everybody. And I think I'm going to do that with 77 for APA and with Strat too. Because I think that D. Scott Howard is right. The babe. I think I'm going to play like a home and away. So the Red Sox would play everybody. Just play it. And with APA, it's funny. I always wanted more cards when I was a kid. Meaning like, I didn't want 20 cards. Give me the 25 cards, the 30 cards, everyone who played. As I get older now, I like less cards. Because then you just play everybody. And the way I've done it with the 19, and there's not a lot of players in 1919, so it's beautiful. But the way I was doing it was when you get to your fourth pitcher, you play all your backups. So again, it's evenly matched in a way. You play your top, you play your series, your top three pitchers pitch against their top three pitchers. So I was playing the Red Sox, 1919. I started off against the White Sox. And we actually, we won the first three games, and we lost the fourth game. So the Red Sox are 3-1 against Chicago White Sox, 1919. But what I did was when you get to the fourth pitcher, Whoever didn't play in the first 3 games must play. And that's for both teams. So it's sort of like even. You're playing the bench, and then people are going to get their at-bats. And again, you can play the game anywhere you want. But with these 77 cards, I'm pretty sure there's only 20. I'm pretty sure. So let's count. Burleson, 1. Lynn, 2. Let's just do it. Burleson. Ricky. The Rooster, 1. Freddie Lynn, who was hurt early in 77, I do believe. 2. Jim Ed Rice, 3. Captain Carl Yastrzemski, 4. Fisk, 5. The Boomer, last good year in baseball, Scott, 6. Hobson, 7. Dewey, 8. Denny Doyle, 9. Bernie Carbo, 10. Ricky the Rabbit Miller, 11. Steve Dillard, 12. What's funny about Dillard, he's the backup catcher in this set. So he must have caught 1 game. That's hilarious to me. He's the backup catcher in this set. And I lost count. I think that's 12. Jenkins, 13. Tiant, 14. The pitching's not good. Wise, lots of D grades. 15. Lee, 16. Paxton, 17. 18. Soup Campbell. Bullpen's not bad. 19. Reggie Cleveland in the bullpen, not bad. 20. So you get 20 cards. So you play, like, what I'm going to do is you have your starters, you know, the guys. So, like, say my starting rotation, again, it wouldn't really, I'm going to go Jenkins, right? He'll be my 1. They didn't do this in real life. Paxton will be my 2. Tiant will be my 3. Wise would be my 4. Lee would be my 5th pitcher. So since I'd go with a 5-man rotation in a way, and again, you just play everyone home and away, sort of. Or you just break it up 5 games against everybody. When you get to Bill Lee, the guys who didn't play in the first 4 games, you play them for both teams. So it's like the 5 starter against a 5 starter and the backups play. It was working okay for my little 1919 thing I was doing. So anyhow, I do like 77. I do like the 50 Red Sox. They're fun teams. Playing an offline Stratomatic PC. All right, back to the chat. I still haven't found the boxing channel. Hold on. Let me find the boxing channel. History. Okay. I was watching a lot of This Week in Baseball today. And the Midnight Special. Herb Alberts was on the Midnight Special. Awesome. Does anyone know who Herb Alberts is? Some of you people should know. I was watching some old boxing. Watching a really bad war movie that I don't know who made that war movie. It was an Asian war movie. Oh, here it is. It's called Pro Box TV Contenders Series. So it's Pro Box TV. And they do fights, I think, every few weeks. And it's young fighters. So they're competitive fights. Pro Box TV. That's what I was watching. Okay, enough of that. Back to the chat. As again, D. Scott Howard answered the Babe. That was the Babe Ruth's last year. Red Sox 1919. What time is it? 12:10. We'll go a little while longer. Lower, slower board gamer. I have 1919. High Rivers for the Dodgers is for my hometown in Ohio. Cool. My 1919 set gave me my only no-no, Rube Benton, Giants. Appa, by the way. Cool. Brian Hoxie. I love coming up with crazy matchups and playing them the best of 7 Short and sweet. Recently, Brian Hoxie did the 1973 Orioles and Reds What If World Series. Very cool. Yep, Jack Brooks, Babe Ruth last year for the Red Sox. Frank Wayne Scott. Al, have you seen about my father? It reminds me of my Italian family. No, I have not. Is that a movie? I have not seen it. Brian Hoxie, has the new History Maker baseball book come out? You flip. I know you know, because I thought they were going to redo it, more color coordinated. Here's my one beef with History Maker baseball. And it's not with any of the strange things to me that they do, but that's fine. Like, I don't do weather checks. I just want to play. But the weather checks do add, if that's something you want to do. I've watched people play, and they, like Michael Conestari and other people, they play History Maker baseball. And statistically, I believe it was Baseball Demos. He played out an Atlanta Braves season, and statistically, it pretty much was accurate. That's damn good. So people who, and again, they don't have, the terminology is the ratings. The terminology is the ratings. But the one thing, so I don't do like the weather, and I just want to play. I want to put the cards on the table. I love the way, is this guy this or is this guy that? Is he a whiffer? Is that a strikeout pitcher? So I like that. I like a lot of History Maker baseball. I just find it, for me, I want to do the extra stuff, but I find it frustrating to set it up. So I just play it out. The weather's good. Weather's always good. It's Al Red Sox Fan Baseball Park. Weather's always beautiful. There's always joy in Mudville. But it's a fun game. The cards, small. I like when they did the bigger cards. Enjoyed that. But those are the specialty sets. But it's a good game. It's a fun game. What I didn't like about the book, and there are a lot of people who helped me, and I appreciate that. And there was a couple of really good videos out there that I watched. And I took notes. As you know, if you've seen any of my History Maker baseball, I have a whole thing of notes, which is fine because I wanted to learn and understand the game to the best of my ability. And I play it within the rules. And even the rules say you don't have to do all the specialty rules. I do most of them, not all of them. And I sometimes don't get them right because I interpret it a different way. But what annoyed me about the book was everything was color coordinated. Then you got to the umpires, and you're thinking because you see a certain color, it's color coordinated. And it wasn't. It drove me nuts early on. And then, you figure it out. Okay, it's not that, it's this. Other than that, it's an enjoyable game. But I think I'm pretty sure they're coming out with a new book, and it's pretty much, it doesn't change any of the results, but I think it makes it easier to look up stuff. Brian Hoxie, same result book as of now. Okay, but I thought I remember them saying they're going to do something where it's more color coordinated for everything. It is color coordinated, but not everything is. And that was kind of annoying because if you get in the mindset, oh, it's color coordinated, and then all of a sudden you get to another thing and it's not. That part annoyed me because I'm trying to enjoy the game. Brian Hoxie says, I'll be honest, I rarely do all the extra stuff, just make the lineups and play. That's what I do. I do the hot batter and the cold batter. I like that. I just say sometimes it depends what I'm playing. If it's a one-off, I just say both teams are happy or they're semi-happy or however you put it. It's an enjoyable game. It throws me. And this is with every card and dice game. If I have time to set up card and dice and time to play it, I will play it. But when I come home from work and after you get done with family stuff and other things you have to do, sometimes I can't play card and dice because I didn't set it up. I didn't write my lineups. And you might go, oh, it takes seconds. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. When I know I can sit at a PC and bing, 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 and go. The other thing, when I play card and dice, I don't use helpers. I tried. I tried to use Digital Diamond Baseball. It wasn't card and dice to me. I'm like, okay, I roll the dice, and instead of writing quickly, I have to sit there and go, because it's not like 4-3. And again, because I only did it a couple of times, I wasn't good at it. I'm like, you know what? I don't play seasons anyway, because I created a mini season, and I was saying, well, I can kind of do it in digital dice, Digital Diamond Baseball, I'm sorry. And I would, I'd make a mistake. I'm like, oh, I made a mistake on that. And so I just went back to handwriting. But there are a lot of people who use it. And I guess Pocket Pennant, you can do the same thing. I watched some videos. I'm like, to me, it's not fun. That's me. I'd rather, if I'm playing card and dice, I want the full immersion of sitting there and writing it. Nurse Teresa is doing fine. She's sleeping right now. And because I'm in the bunker, I can F-bomb. I can talk loud. You can see the piping up there, the piping. We are in the bunker. And again, I steal that phrase from King Ikeboo, who I love. I love King Ikeboo. It's back to the chat. Jack Brooks. Same for me, Brian. I make the lineups and just keep the score for the 9 innings and then just mark down who wins. Cool. Ken Castros is thinking about using my History Maker baseball for my next team replay. Which one is it? What team are you going to do, Kenny? What team? History Maker baseball. The 3 baseball games I play the most, card and dice. Strat, APA, and History Maker baseball. I have others. Those are the ones I enjoy. Those are the ones. 2024 Phillies. Cool. Schwaber. There's another one the Red Sox let get away. The Red Sox act like they have no money. We could have Kyle Schwaber. We had him. He wanted to stay. We didn't want to pay him. And he went to Philadelphia. It wasn't a lot of money. Red Sox ownership drives me nuts. If you don't want to win, sell the team. Sell the team. Sell the team to the ghost of George Steinbrenner. At least he'd want to win. Yes, I know we've won World Series with this ownership, but the decisions they make, and I'm not talking about spending money. Evaldi was small money. They didn't want to sign him. Pivetta last year, 8 up innings. He did whatever you wanted. Pitched out of the bullpen, started, mostly pitched out of the bullpen. Look what he's doing now. Look what Evaldi's doing. Look what Schwaber's been doing. None of these guys were huge contracts. And then we had another guy who my friend Chris Anderson knows everything about baseball. And he's like, we had this guy, and he's showing me. I go, we had him early in the year? He goes, yeah. He pitched well, and the Red Sox just let him go for nothing. The team he's pitching for now, he's 10-1 or something like that, 8-1. Mind-numbing. They're supposed to be. Now we have some good young talent. They locked up Roman Anthony. Okay, hopefully he continues to play well. Campbell, they locked up. You got to sign Bregman. He has the opt-out. He's going to opt out. You got to sign him. Trevor Story's playing well now. We got a nucleus of a team. Here's my opinion in baseball. Your team who you root for should never let pitching go. You should hold on to pitching like you're holding on to a ledge. Never let pitching go. Oh, and they got Grissom too. I forgot. Right? Is that the guy they picked up in the trade? I need Chris Anderson on these chats, my friend. They have players. You don't give away pitching. You never, and they've done this when they let Lester go. And he had good years with the Cubs because you were too cheap to pay him. You're the Boston Red Sox. You have a ton of money. Chris Sale. I'm not going to knock him for Chris Sale. We should have got more for. Was he the guy who came in the Chris Sale trade, Grissom? I'll say this, Chris Sale. Congratulations. Wonderful last year. Hurt in the playoffs. Didn't pitch in the playoffs. I was happy to see Chris Sale go. We should have never picked up his option. Again, just my opinion. And I know he won the Cy Young. I'm not going to change on that. The one thing I will change, and Mookie Betts actually hasn't been the superstar player for the Dodgers that he was for the Red Sox. He's a very good player, not a superstar player. I think it has a lot to do with the ballpark because it's bigger when it comes to hitting. I would have kept Mookie Betts now. I usually don't go back once I say no, only because I thought they're going to spend money wisely. They spend money stupid. They could sign their own players for less money. I'm not talking about big names. Schwarber they could have signed. Okay. Instead, we go out and get the Japanese guy, a 280 hitter, 275, 280, not a home run hitter, right? A gap hitter. Nothing wrong with that. Can't play the field to save his life. You paid him like he's a superstar. He's not. You could have took that money. Schwarber, Evaldi, still have some money left the next years to come. Pivetta. You got to sign Bregman. You have to sign Bregman. Yeah. Chris Sale had a great year last year, lower, slower board gamer. Great year. And I'm happy for him. But I was happy to see him traded. Here's what I don't like. We ate most of his contract. Red Sox paid for most of his contract. Why? At least when you trade Devers, we didn't eat his contract. San Francisco pays his contract. Yay. I hate when the Red Sox trade a guy. We get really nothing, and we're still paying for 3/4 of his contract. I don't know. They're frustrating. They've been much better offensively than I thought this year. Pitching's been frustrating. Chapman's been awesome. Love him. Love Chapman. Crochet's been very good, but he's thrown the most. He's already thrown more innings at this point in time than he's ever thrown in prior seasons, individual seasons. So kind of worried about him. Giolito's pitching well. Didn't pitch good his last start. Bueller, whatever the fuck his name is, he's horrible. Of course, that's the guy they're going to sign. They're going to keep him. You'll see Giolito go. You'll see who's the other? You see Bregman go. I think we got Crochet for one more year. We have Duran one more year. They'll pick up his option. And if you can't, I would sign Duran. I would. Me personally. He's a very dynamic player, in my opinion. But if you're not going to sign him, pick up his option and then trade him and get something for him. I'd like to see Duran. Here's what I would do. Seeing that we have no first baseman. Well, Campbell's been playing first, but I really like to see him at second. Here's what I would do. Roman Anthony, you're getting a first baseman's mitt, and you're going to learn to play first base. Campbell would play second. Story short, I'd re-sign Bregman. I'd ask, how much do you want? Probably won't give him exactly what he wants, but you should be able to work it out. Get him signed. My outfield would be Duran in left, Rafael in center, and Abreu in right. Catching, I like the catcher they picked up better than Wong. He's a much better defensive catcher. So him or somebody else. Pitching-wise, that's a mess. You got to sign Giolito. You got to keep There's another pitcher who's coming up. I don't think, is it Crochet? I hope not. I can't remember now. I let Bueller walk. I don't give a shit if he chews up innings. He's horrible. His ERA is 5. I'd look for pitching. But that's player-wise, fielding-wise, everyday player-wise. Roman Anthony, you get a first baseman's mitt. You're going to learn how to play first. Campbell at second. Story at short. Bregman I sign. He's playing third. Duran, Rafaela, Abreu. Left, center, right. That's what I do. I just think I don't understand what they do sometimes. And it's not like Bregman, you're going to have to pay. They're not going to pay him. I don't like that he has an opt-out, but that's the only way he was coming to Boston. I don't like opt-outs. I just hate that. I don't think teams have, you suck that year, we opt out of paying you for the next 5 years. They don't have that. I don't like opt-outs, but the Red Sox gave him an opt-out, and I hate opt-outs. So, back to the chat. Jack Brooks, I ordered in 1963 a 16 package because that's all I could afford. $10 on a $10 a week allowance. Do you remember the teams? So 6 teams. I'm going to say 63. It must have been Yankees, Dodgers, Giants. If you're still there, Jack, that's 3. 63. Detroit. Baltimore. I need a National League team. I think it would be 3 and 3, right? Who was good in the East in 63? If there's no East, again, there's National League, American League. I'm trying to think. I said Dodgers, Giants. Reds. They're not in the East, but Cincinnati. I like those small team packs. I got some from Appa. I got some World Series sets. They redid their website. It was a little confusing to me. I finally got used to their crappy site, right? I'm like, where are the World Series sets? You just keep scrolling down, and they have, like, as a season, they have the World Series sets. So, Nate, hello. He says, hello, Al. I've been playing a lot of Chris's wrestling dice game. Very fun game. And that's a free game. That's an Appa-ish, right, Nate? That's a free game. And it plays like if Appa did a wrestling game. That is a fun game. That is free on the replay site. Oh, God, what's that called? Field of Dreams Replays. As people are saying, good morning to Nate. We're going to go just a little longer, not too much longer. Again, we were all over the place. I went old school. Spoke my mind on some politics and other things. We need more on the tabletop. Tabletop's hard to do. You got to have the right camera set up. Good night, Chris. Slower board gamer. Tabletop. I'm looking at another camera. My setup down here is okay. It's difficult. Brian Hoxie. Gosh, I remember buying my first start game at do you mean Strat? I think he means Strat. Strat game at a garage sale in 1980. It had the 1969 season, Fun Times. Oh, what was special about 1969? What happened in Major League Baseball? Something changed. I know you guys will know it. Mark Jones, you've got to have an all boxing show. I can do that. I like talking boxing. I was looking at a couple of vintage boxing games. Not really to play them. I just like what it looked like. And I was going to use it. Too expensive, though. Because I'm really not. I just wanted it for we'll say the accoutrements. Like it had a ring, like a board with a ring, but it kind of was 3D-ish, if that makes any sense. I go through my eBay phase where I go on eBay and I just buy not a ton, but I buy stuff. I did buy, and I'm not joking. Do you remember the kicking? You smack the guy in the head and he kicks the field goals. Super Toe from Super Jock. Came in today. I'll be opening that with my grandson tomorrow. And hopefully he doesn't destroy it because it's going to stay in Papa Al's possession. We will play it together, but he does not get to hold it. You know, you smack his head and he kicks it. Love that game. We're actually going to, Nurse Teresa and I'm hoping to get a challenge out on the channel. Not live, just upload. Maybe we each kick 3 field goals. And hopefully the leg doesn't come flying off. I was told it worked. It was a complete game with a spinner and everything. Very excited about that. And Brian Hoxie says, yes, Strat. Robert Corsair. Speaking of wrestling, love the 1970s and 80s WWF for St. Patrick's wrestling game. Yes, that is the Squared Circle. We were talking about that earlier. And again, very fun game. The books are beautiful. I don't buy the books. I get the PDFs. I got to play that again. I just have to. And again, if you're interested about that game, check out Pop's Reviews channel. He's done marvelous videos on that. And basically, each wrestler has fatigue or stamina points. And you just beat them down. And as they get worn down, right, the pin ratings, you get a better chance to pin. The PDFs I like because you can use the snippet tool. If you're not familiar with the snippet tool, you can't see this because it's not, It's just a snippet tool. I think with Windows 11, you have to download it. With any other Windows 10, it's in the system already. And you just type in your search snippet. And then you just pin it to the bottom of your computer, your bar on the computer. And you just snip it. And you just copy paste on Excel or whatever, Word, any type of thing you can copy paste on. And you play it out that way. Mark Jones, that was a great game. Robert Corsair, excuse me. He does PDFs as well. Now, do you print them up, Robert? Or do you kind of, like when I did it, my couple of matches I did on the channel, I just, like I said, I use a snippet tool and I put it on Excel. Jack Brooks says, Yankees, Dodgers, Giants, I had them. Tigers, Orioles, I had them. Who's the 6th? I said the Reds. Robert Corsair. I print them off, have each wrestler next to each other. Cool. The charts are incredible. The game, again, disregard, it's wrestling. Again, it's storytelling. Okay? And any game you play, whether it's baseball, football, hockey, soccer, boxing, any sports game, whether you stream it or not, it's storytelling, right? Wrestling is if you like wrestling, if you don't like wrestling, you're not going to buy these games or care about what we say about them. That's fine. But wrestling is the wrestling games are storytelling. And what Squared Circle does well is the logic, and their charts are really cool. I like their big man charts. Their charts are cool, and it's a very fun game. Squared Circle reminds me of Wrestling's Finest, the Tom Vogel PC game. They both play extremely logical for wrestling. They make sense to me. Like I can see, I think that's what happened. Again, it's how you want to play the game. Again, you're taking wrestling when you play these games, whether it's Filsinger, which I have a gazillion cards back there. I enjoy that game. Whether it's Wrestling's Finest PC, whether it's Pro Wrestling Strategy, fun game, extremely reasonably priced, lots of wrestlers, whether it's Squared Circle, whether it's Chris's Dice Wrestling. I think it's called Chris's Dice Wrestling game. It's an app, and that's free. That one, if you go on Field of Dreams replay site and look up downloads, and you go to wrestling, and there's a lot of wrestlers. It plays like if APA. It looks like an APA-ish game, meaning you're going to roll and you cross-reference with the charts. Very fun. And if you're playing these games, you're going to take wrestling like it was a real sport. You're going to take it like it was a real sport. Jack Brooks says playoffs started in 69. You're correct. Instead of having American League, National League, you now went to the American League East, American League West, National League East, National League West. So in 69, the Orioles beat the Twins, I think, and the Mets beat the Braves. Someone wants to look that up to make sure I'm correct. Mets beat the Braves. Orioles beat the Twins. What's kind of fun, I've done it recently. You go expanded playoffs, especially if your team didn't make it, but they would make it in an expanded playoffs. I did that for 77 on the Action PC Baseball. And we got the Red Sox to the World Series. We had the lead, and then we choked and lost. So who the hell did we lose to? I'd have to look that up. It's not all those games are on the channel. That was fun, though. Action PC Basketball, the new version. I did order I ordered the pre-sale, and you're going to be able. This is very interesting. Action PC is going in a slightly different direction. Game's the same, but if you're playing, say, Card and Dice Strat, which I did buy the Strat Basketball, I just haven't had time to play it. And when I do play, it would be basic. I just want to play. I want to have fun. And Strat Basic, I like basketball. I played it years ago. I enjoyed it. I played a little one-on-one thing on my channel because I was trying to figure out how to play something quick on the channel. It was interesting. But with the new Action PC Basketball, you're going to be able, if you want, I don't think I would do it, but it's interesting. So say if you're playing whatever Card and Dice basketball game you like to play, but you don't want to keep the stats, right? You're going to be able to roll your dice, play your game, and just like with Digital Diamond Baseball or Pocket Pen and Run or PC Replay Baseball Strat, and then you can input into Action PC. Now, what interests me is, so say if Larry Bird, we're playing a Larry Bird season, and he makes a jump shot, and so I punch in whatever I'm supposed to punch in, and he makes the jump shot. I had an itchy ankle. So I punch it in. Do I still get to see the little video of it? Because that's interesting to me. That's interesting. I'm not saying I would do it. I would do it for ha-has because I want to see how it works. Also, they say they've improved their video chalkboard for basketball. Action PC Basketball is very fun. What Action PC Basketball does as compared to a Card and Dice basketball PC game, you're more involved in the coaching. You could say, I want to constantly feed. It doesn't always work, but like when I play my Wilt Chamberlain from 61, 62 season, the season he got 100 points in one game. When I play that, I'm feeding Wilt. I want to see how many points Wilt gets. That's just me. I like to do it. Sometimes they double him. It doesn't work. I want Wilt to get his about 50 or more. We did get 100 points. It's on the channel. You got to search for it. We did get 100 points against somebody. I forgot. I think it was Houston. Like when I did Wilt Chamberlain against some of the best teams of the 80s. That was fun. But yeah, so I picked that up. We'll have a few games with the new one on the channel. But that's kind of interesting that they're kind of going a little bit in that direction. I think with some of these PC gaming companies like Action PC, just my opinion, they're kind of reimagining seasons. Like what they call it is peak seasons. They're kind of fun to fool around with. I bought them when they're on, like, if you buy something, they were like freebies. They're fun a little bit. Again, it's just a different. So, like, if you're playing the 70, I think I got the 73 season, peak season, as a freebie. When you buy stuff, you can, if you buy more than $5, you put it in your cart and you get the freebie. You have to put it in your cart, though. And you got, if you're an Action PC person, whether game, just always check out the freebies. By the way, the golf game is free now for Action PC. The whole golf game is free. I'm happy I bought it years ago. The golf game can be frustrating, but it is fun. I've actually shot under par a couple of times. I'm pathetic at it, though, but it's fun. I started playing a little ASG golf, the demo, getting used to it. Sportsflick says he loves a 3-year average. Cool. But it's just, I would like to see, so it's interesting to me that they're going in a little different direction. If we're ever, I help Anthony Crooks out just a little bit with the boxing game. Just a little bit. And I have helped to try to find a programmer to bring this wonderful card and dice boxing game, which I just got the new set. Again, it's just a supplementary set, but, you know, some interesting fighters in there. I like to have all the cards. I like to support Anthony because he's a very nice guy, and his boxing game is phenomenal. What I'd like to see with a card and dice, if we're able to get that ported to PC, I envision, that's just me, though. You roll the dice, right? Whatever happens in that action, right? Say it's a Joe Louis lands a left-right on Billy Conn. You would then see the animated figures go through the motions. I think that would be awesome. That's where I would see card and dice being ported to the PC, how I envision the future. Action PC gives you some of that. You're seeing tokens, or not tokens. Yeah, like player tokens, not necessarily players. If I was Action PC, what I would do next, it's an easy thing, I would think. But I'm not a programmer, so I don't know. Like for football, instead of having squares or circles or whatever, little players. They don't even have to be the right team colors. Just like, say, the Patriots, they could be red. And the Dolphins would be aqua or something like that. Instead of squares with the colors, just little, make the icon a football shape. That would be interesting to me. The game still plays the same, but it's a different visual. I don't know. It's things I like. I think they have to. The other thing with Action PC, I think they really can make a soccer game. They need to find someone, because I'm watching them. And I don't know what they do for sales. I'm sure they do well. And they have wonderful sales. And they're pretty easy to deal with, which is good. But when you start giving away your golf game because no one wants it, not saying it's bad. I own it. It's fun. It's frustrating at times, because here's the one thing I don't like about their golf game. And I get it. When I play as Arnold Palmer, I'm not really playing as Arnold Palmer. I'm playing as Al Red Sox fan. That's the way it comes off as. I don't use the assist. The one thing that really frustrates me, the wind. I want them to tell me better what the wind actually is. See, if I see the arrow pointing down, to me, the wind is blowing towards me and we'll say south, down, right? So I'm adjusting my swing. I wish they would just explain that. And it's probably me. I'm the dummy. But I wish they would explain that a little better. And also, I do think, unless you do something horrific, that the golfers should golf sort of like what they golf. Putting-wise, they do. Driving, short game, they don't. And it's not just me who have said this. It's other people. And I shorten, like on my drives, I'm not saying hit the ball 300. I'm like, okay, Palmer can hit it to almost 300. Let's bring it back to 280 because I'm just trying to make an accurate drive, right? He's shanking it into the woods. I'm like, I just cut his swing down, and he's shanking it in the woods. When it says, you look at the percentage, he should hit this pretty well. And it happens way too many times. The short game, you know, I'm a little better with that. Ironically, that was my worst thing in real golf. When I played golf and I was in shape, I could hit the ball far for myself. I mean, I could outdrive guys who are bigger than me. So, short game, horrible. Long game, good. But you putt for dough. You chip and putt for dough. You drive for show. Back to the chat. Jack Brooks. I was a big fan of superstar Billy Graham. My late father looked like the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. Speaking of superstar Billy Graham. That's my book. I like superstar Billy Graham. I don't care if he hustled at the end for money. If you don't want to pay him, don't pay him for his autograph. That's what I say. Sportsflix. Al, we need to talk offline. So excited what I've got going. I do have to talk to you because I have stuff that I trust to talk with you and not many other people with regarding some stuff with Glory Days games. So yeah, cool. Sportsflix. Oh, it's the same thing he's talking about. He wants to show some stuff off. Sportsflix is incredible. The stuff he can do with Excel and audio files is absolutely incredible. I wish I could do that stuff. He is, if you've not checked out and subscribed to his channel, please do so right now. Right now. In fact, I'm going to make it so easy for you to subscribe to his channel. Let me bring this up over here. And World's Worst Gamer, how you doing? Were you talking about Action PC Golf? It isn't that hard. Just shorten shot distance. I've done that. I've shortened shot distance. You have to. You're right. I've shortened my shot distance. It's the wind direction that kills me. But I think I figured that out again. It's probably me. I think when the wind is doing a certain thing, I need to hit the ball, keep it lower. That's what I think. I'm going to do that. I was playing it. I played a lot of it last week offline. I have an itchy ankle. Does that mean I'm going to have money? I don't know. But it's free now. So I highly recommend picking it up for free. Oh, Cutter Historical has loaded up some stuff. So World's Worst Gamer was talking about the Action PC. I like it. The wind kills me. I'm sitting there going, well, what the hell is it doing? It's pointing down. So you're looking at it, right? So if it's pointing down, that means the wind's pushing that way. At least that's the way I interpret it. It's not blowing towards the flag, and it's not blowing directly in. Just the same thing as if it's pointing up, right? We'll say north-south, however you want to say it, right? So you kind of adjust. Well, the wind's going to push it one way, so I adjust slightly. And the guy's hitting into the wood. I'm like, I'm not even aiming there. There's no way. And again, it's probably user error, me. So, but you do have to shorten your swings. I've actually gotten better with the short game. It's just the drives drive me nuts. Plus, I'm a big Arnold Palmer fan. It pisses me off when I play bad with him. So let's do Sportsflix. Sportsflix. And sometimes when you search that way, it does not come up because people put stuff in their titles. All right. Oh, I'm so stupid. Go to my channels I subscribe to. Here we go. Those are numeric. Trying to get the link here. Moon River. La la la. Andy Williams, great song, Moon River. La 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 la. Let's do it this way. Sports flicks. We shall find it. Why does it stop at L? There we go. Sports flicks. I want to see all my subscriptions. It stops at M. Oh my Lord. Search. No. Actually, let's do it this way. Sports flicks. You are now our moderator. So you should be able to put your link. You can put your link there. There you go. There it is. There it is. So that is sport. Okay, it's under Mr. Red. That's why I'm looking for sports flicks. But it should be sports flick. Anyway, that's his link there because he's a moderator now. So we can put that in the chat. All right. All righty. What time is it? It's 1:53. We'll go to 1, and then I'm going to play a game. I had a nap today. I'm wired. I was very angry earlier on. I'm better now. All right. But he does, Sportsflix does wonderful stuff with audio, Excel, and other things. It's just incredible. It's incredible. I actually did an interview for Jamie's Sports Sim Mag. Is it Sports Sim Magazine? The online magazine he does. And I mentioned him, mentioned a few other people. It's incredible stuff he does with audio and just other things. Very talented. He's very talented. Just my opinion, but I'm right. World's Worst Gamer. Saw the shark pick, and for some reason I thought you were playing something different and weird on the channel. No. It's just a warning that when you enter an Al Red Sox fan chat, it's a warning. I talk about whatever I want to talk about. And sometimes it's with swearing. So I did back in the day play a Jaws game where you play as a shark and you eat people. It was kind of fun. I don't wish that upon anybody in real life, but in a video game, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Just like I don't really want a zombie apocalypse because we'd be all done as mankind. But it's fun shooting them. It's fun shooting. I did used to play. God, what was I did play a chariot game. D. Scott Howard knows about that. Couldn't sleep. I'm playing a chariot game at like 2:30 in the morning, and D. Scott Howard watched the whole thing. And it's on Steam. I forgot what the hell it's called. And it's a race. It's like a horse racing game, but it's chariots back in the old Roman Empire. And it's very basic. You pick your team and who sponsors you. It's kind of fun. I was horrible at it. Got a little better, won a few races, and little people get squished, just like in Ben-Hur. You know, you see the little splotch marks. I used to always say, no one was really hurt, children. My standard line was, come down to the races. It's fun for the whole family. Brian Hoxie. With the game and Sims we have right now to choose from, to be 10 years old again. Yes. So many games, so little time. I have lots of games. Can't play them all. I have lots of seasons. Can't play them all. I do like to look and say, I got that season. Sometimes I don't even know where the hell the season is, but I know I have it. And it's fun. And you know what? You got to enjoy life. Don't let stuff get you down. I mean, sometimes it does. Family passes away. Friends pass away. It's not fun. Try to enjoy each and every day. Don't get frustrated, even though sometimes it happens. Do the best you can, and that's all you can ask for. I've been playing a lot of Evil West. I thought about putting some of that on the channel. It's a shooting game. You shoot like vampires. It's really interesting. It's very linear. No one gives a shit about this, but I'm going to tell you because it's my show. It's very linear, meaning like you go from point A to point B, and you basically get locked. You get into this area, and you have to battle. So you can't, and what kills me is you can't kill from distance, and I'm a distance guy. I like to say, okay, I see the enemy, let's clear them out, weed them out. But you get a lot of cool things you can do in battle. So I have to get, I'm in this crazy forest right now, and the boss battle is effing insane. I've watched people beat it online. It's just, I'll get by it. I haven't played in a week and a half, but I bought it on Steam for like $8, and it's really fun. I was going to put it on the channel. I said, yeah, it's a fun game. I said, no one's going to watch this, but I was going to put it on. Once in a while I put my zombies on. My favorite zombie I bought like this sandbox. I made like shit. Did I make 10,000 zombies? I don't know how many I made. 5,000, 1,000. I don't remember. And by accident, I made 2 guys. And one guy tried to kill me, so I had to kill him. I mean, with shotguns. So I had a double barrel shotgun. And I killed every zombie. I think it was 1,000. So it was 1,000 zombies and one guy who I had to kill because I didn't realize I made a guy. And he started shooting at me like, what the hell? And I don't think there's any like power-ups. I can't remember. I killed 1,000 zombies with a double barrel shotgun, right? Just by running around. It was funny. And there's someone criticizing me in the later on. He goes, "You're so lucky." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You're so lucky. You're not good." I'm like, "Okay." I killed 1,000 zombies with a freaking double barrel shotgun. Now you don't have to look for ammo. You always have your ammo. But when he said that, I kept looking. He goes, "You're so lucky." He kept saying that, and he was like, it wasn't nice. It was like mean when he said it. So he goes, "You only had one life point left." I didn't even realize that when I was playing. I literally played the last, if you go back, I think it's either 5 to 3 minutes with like 1 life point, meaning if I got hit, I was dead. And I went back and I checked. I go, "You're right." I go, "But I'm good." I killed 1,000 zombies. Anyway, it was fun. I like doing that stuff. I put some more gaming on the channel, but I hate sending my little units to die. I'm like, these bastards are getting, I'm sorry, but I have to set the trap. So you guys are going. Kind of feel bad. Yeah, but mostly it's sports stuff. And even that, I don't put a lot on my channel anymore. Once in a while I'll stream. Someone asked to do a chat. It was start off as a political chat just because I wanted to get some stuff off my chest because it makes me happy. Not that anyone listens. We don't have to. Just want to state my opinion. Back to the chat and then we shall leave. World's Worst Gamer. No, please do talk about things other than sim games. I do. I do. That's why my chats are different. I talk a lot about sports and Sims and little movies or something like that. But I did talk a lot more politics than normal. Don't care. People have gone too far to the left, way too far. Way. And again, I'm a registered Democrat. It's way. They're nuts. They're nuts. It's gone too far, man. I like the way things go now. Bring it back, center. A little right. A little more conservative. That's just me. I don't understand when people are like, you see crime, and they're like, oh, so they're doing something. Oh, you can't do that. Read the Constitution. You don't even know about D.C., who controls it, really. Read it. And how you can be against cracking down on violent crime, I don't know. They should have done it in Chicago years ago, because no one should live in fear. No one. That's bullshit. They won't do it. They won't do it because, you see, to defeat crime, you got to do some dirty work. You got to do it. It's not pleasant. And someone's going to call you a racist, which you're not. And, because that's the standard. I don't agree with you because you don't think like a libtard. I'm not talking liberal. Libtard, big difference. Because I'm liberal on some things. Okay. I'm liberal on some things. There's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah. In Chicago, no one should live like that. No one should live in fear of walking down the street in any city in this country. Nobody. You should be able to walk to the grocery store. You shouldn't be an old person worried about if you're going to get fucking mugged. And I don't want to hear any shit from anybody because it fucking happens. It fucking happens. I don't want to hear any fucking crap from some libtard. I'm sick of it. Bullshit. I'm sick of fucking people walking into the company stores I work for and just fucking robbing shit and you can't do nothing. So if you have a libtard comment, I guess I'm going to be mean now. Keep that fucking shit to yourself. Because you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong. I'm sick of hearing that shit. You're wrong. Even if I like you, you're wrong. It doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I don't like you. I can like people I disagree with. But you have to fucking wake up. You don't have to vote the way I want to vote. You don't have to. I don't care about that. But if you have... The past administrations have been fucking morons. Open borders. Crime running rampant. And it did. Facts. These are facts. Okay? I don't want to hear... Keep your fucking libtard comments to yourself because you are wrong. Anyone, regardless of race, color, creed, sexual orientation, should be able to walk down a street safely. You have areas in every city in America that you cannot go into. You have areas where the police go in, they'll throw shit at them. You have people wanting to supposedly stay in this country, but yet make it like the country they came from. And they're here illegally. I hate to tell you this. When you come in illegally, you have broken federal law. Again, try that in an Asian country. Try it in an Arabic country. The only place where you get away with it is in the West. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If you like your religion and you like that religious law, cool. Go back where you came from, right? Here, you can worship whatever religion you want. Doesn't matter. You have a right to do that. Don't impose your shit on me. Sharia law. What the Go look that shit up. Look it up. New York is going to vote in a fucking commie. He's a communist. Social democrat. You know what that is? Communist. People need wake the fuck up. No one rushes to go live in a communist country. No one rushes to go live in a fucking socialist country. Okay? They don't. No one's rushing to go live in fucking Venezuela or Cuba. I've had enough of it. I can't take it anymore. Every news channel is bullshit. Now, I might watch one a little more than the other just because I want to understand something. Okay? News Nation isn't that bad, but they're not that good either. There's a place for opinion pieces. Okay? News should not be an opinion. Facts. Okay? All right? People have to stop. Whatever country you live in, you should have a right to live in a safe environment. Okay? And I don't want to hear it. Even if I like you, I don't want to. If you're a libtard, I feel bad for you. Nothing wrong with being a liberal. I have some liberal opinions. To me, you should take care of the elderly. You should take care of children. In the state I fucking live in, they spend more fucking money on people who came to this country illegally than the people of the state. You should not have to buy school supplies for your child. You should not have to worry about fucking health care anywhere. No one wants to take on the healthcare industry. I like that they're going to lower some prescription prices by force. Good. It's okay for people to make money. I'm all for that. But we don't even take care of our own. We're getting to that point. We have to take care of our own. If you live in a different country, your government should take care of you. Should worry. I'm not saying to pay for everything. That never fucking works. Look at Argentina. When the new guy came in, his name escapes me. He's got crazy hair. They laughed at him, but he got inflation down. He got crime down. He got government corruption down because, you need 1 million fucking people to do the same fucking job. I'm talking about Argentina, and they have this all throughout. Look at Greece. A liberal social democratic government won. They had to slash spending because they were going to go bankrupt, and people got pissed at them because you're 35 and you can't retire and live off the government. I'd love to do that. I'm not going to. Can't do it. That's all I'm saying. That's how it pisses me off. And everyone needs to wake up. You have to wake up. I have people, I vote this way all the way down the line. So you're telling me, and I've asked them this, and it's kind of to be funny. So if Jesus Christ came back and he's not in the party you like, and again, I'm a registered Democrat. I haven't voted Democrat in a presidential election in a while because they don't represent law and order. They don't represent when you don't like the fucking country, what the fuck are you running for president for? You're supposed to be the cheerleader. We're no longer a great nation. Then don't run for fucking president. If you're the man, woman, whatever country you run, you should say, I want to make this country the best country it can be, better than anybody. Doesn't mean you have to kick anyone's ass. You want the best trade deals. You want the best of everything for your country. I can't take it anymore. You have people rooting against the country. Leave. Bring up Jimmy Kimmel. Dipshit number one. Going to Italy. Well, Jimmy, I hate to tell you this. The Maloney government, who I like, is a conservative government. They have immigration issues that they're trying to deal with. Same like America. They negotiate with America hard because they want the best trade deal for Italy. And America wants the best trade deal for America. But yet, you're going somewhere because you're a moron, and I go. You don't even understand that their government is conservative. The majority of Italians voted in a conservative government because they want the Italian culture to continue, not to be hijacked by people coming into their country who don't believe in their values. You know, Rosie O'Donnell went to Ireland. Good. Ireland's in an upheaval. Go check the news. You know why Ireland's in an upheaval? Ireland is an Irish country, right? Ireland. And it's a Catholic country. You're bringing in a bunch of people who want to change the way of life. Are you people completely fucking stupid? They don't want Ireland to be... These are the politicians. You're supposed to be running your country. And you're bringing in people who don't represent you. What? You're trying to... In England is totally fucked up. They want to erase all their history. I hate to tell you this. You can't erase history. You know who tries to erase history? Chairman Mao. You know who wants to erase history? Go back and look at Stalin. Che Guevara, whatever the fuck that commie's name is. He hated gay people. He hated black people. Look it up. And yet you see these assholes wearing his shirt. You see people protesting for a side that they would chuck them off a building because that's what they do. Everyone has in this country a right to live the way they want. That's a beautiful thing. You can't... I don't care who lives next to me. I really don't. I don't. Leave me alone. Treat me with respect. And I treat you with respect. Here's my favorite one. Here's my favorite one. The stupidity of Western Europe. And I'm of Italian descent, so Western European, right? I'm an American, though. I like my heritage, but I'm an American. Here's a stupidity. If you don't like the Russians, right? Why do you reduce your ability to produce gas and oil, but yet you buy it from the people you don't like? Think about that. So now they control your utility, basically. You're getting the majority of your gas and your oil from people, and you're supporting their war effort. You're really fucking stupid. Why would you shut down your ability to produce cheap heat and utility for your own nation? You're going to buy it from someone else you supposedly don't like. That's a fact. Look it up. It's a fact. Yeah. Follow the money about the green shit. Follow the money. Most of the time when there's like riot, like protests and shit for stuff like that, Greta Thunberg, another nitwit, fucking moron. Who funds them? Who funds them? Why are judges being funded who don't believe in law and order. Why is it that someone a few years back here where I live was arrested 2 days before 4th of July on an illegal gun charge, which has a mandatory sentencing? Not only did he have an illegal gun, it was loaded in public, and he was threatening people. Gets out on bail, $500. Guess what he did on 4th of July? You can use your fucking imagination. That's why I'm pissed off. Killed 2 innocent people. Asshole should have been in jail. I know people, you can not believe me. Believe me, I don't give a flying fuck. I was involved in politics for a long time. I know who the good people are, and I know who the bullshit artists are where I live. I know the person who's been trying to get bail reform. You know, the people who have the, again, when you commit violent crime after violent crime, and you have your fucking rap sheet that hits the floor, and you get out on $500 fucking dollars of bail and kill 2 fucking people. Oh, well, what can you do? What can you do? Because when we send bail of fucking reform up to the fucking state house, you think they act on it? You think they fucking acted on it? No. So you can take your libtard fucking opinions and fuck off. Because you're wrong. Every libtard opinion that someone has, not liberal, libtard, is wrong. You can't even agree on bail. Guy with rap sheet, violent rap sheet, hitting the fucking floor. The floor, you could roll it across the fucking thing. We sent bail reform up. Always dies in committee. Fucking Democrats. And I'm a Democrat. En masse. They control everything. They don't help the fucking people. Bullshit. Bullshit. Spend billions of dollars on people who don't belong here. They can't even act on bail reform. That's why I get mad. And it built up. I don't want to hear any fucking shit. All you fucking people who don't know shit about shit. And I have to listen to you. I can only listen so much before. It's been building up for years. Orange man bad. Really? Fine, you didn't vote for him. Bad. He's Hitler. Really? Do you know who Hitler is? Do you know who Hitler is? Okay. All right. Guys don't know nothing. It pisses me off. I live in a state controlled by Democrats. They don't give a flying fuck about the people of the state. And I don't want to, you don't live in my state, shut the fuck up. Seriously. We sent bail reform. I don't know how many fucking times it got sent up. It dies in fucking committee. Okay. So an asshole who had a gun, illegal and loaded in public, threatening people, gets out 2 days later and kills 2 people on 4th of July. This goes back a few years. But because I see what's going on now, I see it. And they're like, it's always the same. The other states, same thing. Other states, the same fucking thing. Oh, the guy gets out on $500. Dude, if your rap sheet of violent crimes hits the floor, you rolled across the room, your ass should be in jail forever. Okay? Sorry to end on that note, but it pisses me off. And I'm not crazy. People are putting that, that's fine. Because then you don't understand. You live in some fucked up fairy tale bullshit world. You really do. You don't know my fucking history. You don't know the shit I know. Believe me, don't believe me. I'm telling you the fucking truth. I live in a Democratic state. Democrats, right? Another thing, we're not a Democratic, we're a republic. Okay, it's another fucking thing that mind numbs me. Democracy is dying. We're never a democracy. We're a republic. It's a form of democratic government. Really? Your democracy's dying? People protest in the streets. People do whatever the fuck they want. Most people just go to work and do what the fuck they're supposed to do. I'm so sick of this percentage of the fucking population trying to dictate to the rest. People, you don't even know what the fuck whatever the fuck that is. But you really want to live under there was a judge in Minnesota. Well, Sharia law, dude, you took an oath to the Constitution, you stupid motherfucker. How the fuck is that person a judge? Holy shit. You guys have to wake up. You really have to. You don't understand what's coming. You really don't. You don't understand what's going on in New York. And you might laugh and say, ha, 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 ha. Not funny, man. Do you understand that fucker's a communist? Do you understand? It's a communist tactic. Look it up. New York's going to get what's coming to them, unfortunately. And people were like, how did people... I don't get it. We have a constitution, and our country has faults. But there's no one racing to go to live in Russia. There's no one racing to go live in Cuba, right? There's no one trying to get into fucking wherever. There are people who come into, I guess it doesn't upset you that people coming into our country and then they burn the American flag and they're waving the flag wherever the fuck they came from. Go the fuck back. First of all, regardless of where you come from, Europe, South America, wherever, Asia, if you come into our country illegally, you've broken federal law. You guys don't get that. Oh, they're here. Well, there's people trying to come here legally. Anyhow, I'm just pissed off. And it's built up. And I don't want to be king and whatever. I'm watching the news, which is a big mistake. And it's, it's horrible. Well, it's funny if you go to interview the business people in Washington, D.C., they're pretty happy with what's going on. Arrest the criminals. How would you like to be walking down a fucking street and get mugged and the shit kicked out of you? How would you like that? You think it's nice that we have to sit there and watch video where I work? Fuckers walking in and just grabbing shit and walking out. You can't do nothing. And then you call the cops. And the cops say, what did they steal? Well, they didn't steal this, so it's not this. And it just goes nowhere. Well, we pay money for that shit. We employ people. We pay them a good wage. That all takes precedent. That all affects everything. You know what it's like when someone walks into the store and just steals some shit and walks right out like nothing fucking happened. And you got to sit there. You could say, please drop that. Yeah. Years ago, one of our employees tried to stop them. We got sued. So the fucker who stole something and someone's trying to stop them and we get sued. In Massachusetts, if someone breaks into your house, now if someone breaks into my house and the dog gives me time to load my shotgun, well, use your imagination. In Massachusetts, someone breaks into your house and you defend yourself, they can sue you. How the fuck is Mind-numbing. 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 But you guys don't give a flying fuck. No one cares. Because if you talk like this, oh, Al's this, Al's that, he's nuts, he's a fascist. I'm not a fascist. I'm not anything. I want people to live their lives. Law and order doesn't mean you're a fucking fascist. It's fun watching people shoot up in our parking lot at work. That's fucking fun, right? Just pisses me off. Pisses me off. Whatever. That's why I don't do chats with Al anymore. Because this is what you're going to get. Because I don't want to hear the libtard shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because you're wrong. You're wrong. You can have your opinion. You're a libtard. You're wrong. Very simple. I went to a school that was majority minority. I got along with everybody. Like everyone's all bent out of shape about the Department of Education. The Department of Education is the biggest fucking brainwashing organization ever. Our students aren't good in America. Most of them. Are they getting a quality education? And you're worried about the Department of Education being cut? They've been a propaganda organization for the far left for God knows how long. You're supposed to teach reading, writing, arithmetic, and some social standards. Like stealing is bad. People are worried about the Department of Education. What a fucking crock of shit. Department of Education. They're the biggest fucking corrupt bastards. PBS. PBS was good at one time, then became a propaganda arm. NPR, propaganda arm. Guys are worried about that shit. The fuck is wrong with you? You should be worried about why the utility companies are fucking us over. No one talks about that. It's amazing to me. Amazing. Why does it come? Here's a funny thing. I'm going to give you another one, and I'm leaving. Higher education. When I went to college, I was lucky. I was able to work my way through college with a construction job. Okay? All right? I've had good jobs. I've had bad jobs. Jobs I hated. So on and so forth. Jobs that paid better, blah, blah, blah. Everything doesn't work out. You just trudge through it. You do what you got to do, right? How did education go so high up? How? Why do they steer everyone to go to college? Why does Pocahontas, the senator from Massachusetts, you know how much she gets paid? To teach a class? And that woman complains about the cost of higher education. She gets paid over $100,000 to teach one class at one point. I don't think she does it anymore. Yeah. Our good senator from the state of Massachusetts. Yeah. And they complain. Here's the best part. Who controlled the Department of Education? Who controls higher education? It's not who you think. You blame the other people. They don't even run that shit. It's amazing. It's the people you like run that shit, and they're jacking up prices. So think about this. You're putting people in debt right off the bat. Nice, huh? Nice. Think about that. Anyway, chat with Al. Probably won't do another one for a long time. But I speak the truth, my friends. God bless. Stay safe. You know what's coming, folks. Peace. Bye-bye.